This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Aunts and Uncles Studios of Arizona, UFC 262 Fight Week. Oliveira versus Chandler. Tony Ferguson. Is this it? Jon Jones turned down Stipe Miocic. What the? MMA news with the MMA-Holes. Yeah, baby.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the show tonight. We are live on a Wednesday night, and JBM will be with us very soon, but there's a boob and a baby that's happening in the other room. She'll be here shortly. We'll get to all the MMA news. This fight card, UFC 262, is absolutely wonderful. I am very excited about this card. Yeah, Nate Diaz was taken off a bit, moved on, and that card looks great too. These UFC pay-per-views have been so freaking good. Seriously, like, it's a pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure to consume these UFC pay-per-view cards. Now, JBM in the other room, if you can, put the link to ESPN Plus pinned in the live chat when you get a chance. We have a link down below for you guys to watch it. So if you're going to pay for the fights, you want to watch it along with us, you can use our link. That's going to be pinned here shortly or down below in the description. Helps us out tremendously. But I have to say this, it's annoying. It is annoying to pay these big prices every month, sometimes twice a month for a pay-per-view. It is getting ridiculous. But at the same time, I love their fucking product. So I can't figure out, am I getting ripped off? Am I getting fucking ripped off here, or is it worth the price? So let me know in the chat what you can think about that. I really like this card. It's very well balanced from beginning to end, and I like the idea of we're going to have finally a new 155-pound champion. The UFC website over there has a blank space. No champion. Khabib is gone, and I kind of miss him. I'm not going to lie. I do miss Khabib up there smashing people. No one's able to defeat him, but it's a new era right now. 155 is completely up for grabs, so I'm very excited about that. And how about Oliveira? How about Michael Chandler? Two guys with different skill sets, but can play on the ground and on the feet. It's a fascinating matchup between the two. Big opportunity for Michael Chandler. And Oliveira, this is his time, right? Everything led to this moment. Will the weight be too heavy on the shoulders of Oliveira? Will even Michael Chandler, will the weight be too heavy for him? His second UFC fight, and he's fighting for a title. We're going to discuss this tonight as we roll through a Wednesday night show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't hit the like button, now's the time to do it. Let's see what's going on in the chat.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Sounds like a good tard. Sure does sound like a good tard. A good card to me. It's worth the price if you can afford it. Don't spend rent money on a pay-per-view, though. And that's, I 100% agree. If you cannot afford it, no. Yes, no, don't do that. There's food works, Not much, says Drunk Savage. Moss, I lost you. Moss, you need to see the DMs between Dana White and Joshua Fabia that leaked. Too damn funny. I did, and in fact, I think I posted it on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. We posted it somewhere. I can't fucking remember. Or maybe the community section. We posted somewhere on social, and they are hilarious if they're true. Are those tweets? I saw Darren Till. I think he put it up. Someone put it up on Instagram, and I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, they're hilarious. And I could see Dana White saying it. But there's nothing confirming that Dana White did say what he said. At the very end of the back and forth with Joshua Fabia and Dana White said something about D's nuts. He used the D's nuts joke. And if you did that, Dana, good on you. Oliveira, Ferguson, Chookagian, Barboza, Souza, Bontorin, Venata, Lee, Wright, and it looks like you're giving us your picks. Okay? Don't think it's real, says Drunk Savage. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing that says it's real. There's nothing confirming that that's real. It's hilarious, but I don't know if it's real. I'm sure it's fake, says the double champ. It'd be hilarious. Listen, we've seen Dana White post on social media and be like, wow, this guy, did he really just say that? So it's not impossible, but I need to have it confirmed. Oliveira and Chandler will beat anyone in lightweight division, but against each other, this fight is amazing. It really is. And let's take a peek at this card over here. I mean, I think this is what's making this card so good, right? Like, you look at these other fights here, and we got some very good fights. They're solid matchups, and that's what I like to see. I like to see things, like there's nothing that I'm saying, okay, layup. They're just fun fights that they threw out on this thing. But it leads us right into this Oliveira-Chandler fight. Finally, 155 will have a champion that is not named Khabib Nurmagomedov, and both guys can sit there for a while. I could see Michael Chandler holding on to the belt for a little bit. I could see Charles Oliveira holding on to the belt. How about the story of Charles Oliveira? This guy over here, a weight class lower, comes up, looks fantastic, on a fantastical run, takes care of Tony Ferguson easily. Makes it look super easy. Now, the question is, was that just a worn-down, beat-up Tony Ferguson, or is Tony Ferguson still the type of guy that can compete in the UFC? So we're going to find out a lot. A lot of questions will be answered this Saturday night, and that's what I love. Michael Chandler, the shiny new toy, jumping in there against Charles Oliveira. How could you not like the Chandler story? I know Jessie was saying stuff, and when she comes back on the show, we'll get her opinion on this. I know she was kind of throwing shade at Chandler, right? Not the biggest Chandler fan, but I think she's starting to turn. Michael Chandler comes across as that like jock type douchebag type person, but when you see him interviewed, he's actually not a bad dude. And I've met him, and he actually was a nice guy. He just has resting dick face. You know what I'm saying? He's got a little resting dick face. But Michael Chandler, a family man, a guy that was a champion before in Bellator. The guy knows how to win, and he's exciting to watch. Full package. American hero over here, Michael Chandler versus Brazil. What a matchup. Now, my heart is leaning towards Chandler. That's what it is. I like the story. I like the fact that guys from Bellator can come over and kick ass in the UFC. I like the fact that these other organizations are producing some real talent. Makes it more interesting. It's not like UFC is a monopoly that a lot of people are saying. You know, UFC runs the game, the biggest organization, yada, yada, yada. It's good to see Bellator produce these guys. Michael Chandler, Charles Oliveira, bomb fight. Let's see what we got in the chat. If Chandler becomes a champion, what's going to happen to Pitbull? I tell you what, the Bellator is going to be hanging on to Pitbull as long as they can, but you have to think that if Chandler becomes champion, the Pitbull situation becomes more and more interesting, and I don't know how many more fights he has in his contract, but you have to think that the UFC would love to pull him over too. Guys, guess what? What? Sup, Holes? What's up, Uncle Dave Zilla? How you doing? Hopefully you are
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oliveira been putting in work. It's his time. And you know what? I can't really argue that. I really can't. It is his time. Do Bronx, the 5'10", 155-pound stud, surging up the rankings. And this man deserves a shot. He waited patiently, and it worked out well for him. We've seen guys where it doesn't work out well for. The man is 38-0. Very impressive record. You scroll down through this puppy over here, and he's got blonde frosted hair, guys. How could you not love that, right?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Tony Ferguson, Kevin Lee, Lucas Barros, Jared Gordon, Nick Lentz, David Tamor, Jim Miller, Christos Jagos, Clay Guida, and his last loss was to Paul Felder. That was in 2017. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fight win streak. 9 fight win streak. Now, there's some sus wins in this thing, okay? I am very impressed with Oliveira. He has been very dominating in his performances, but we have a question with Tony Ferguson. What kind of Tony are we working with right now? We're confused. I'm not sure if this is the Tony Ferguson of the past. Kevin Lee, well, I mean, the dude's a complete head case. All the talent in the world. gets submitted, and that's pretty impressive, you know? Going in there and submitting Kevin Lee, tough guy. But still, we never know which Kevin Lee shows up in a fight. Scrolling down, Jim Miller. That's one guy that stands out. Hey, 2018 Jim Miller, that's a good win. That is a good win. But everything here, there's nothing that really stands out. Now, he loses Paul Felder, Ricardo Lamas, and this is, of course, you know, this is way back, and this is another weight class, and Anthony Pettis, who's a champion. Will Brooks, he defeats. Okay. There's nothing in here, like I said with Cowboy Cerrone, a signature win. Where's the signature win? I don't know what it is, but I tell you what, Oliveira has a chance to get his signature win this Saturday night against Michael Chandler. Even if he beats Michael Chandler, there's still going to be questions, though, and this is the problem. I won't have any questions. I'll say, hey, Charles Oliveira is the real deal. But if he defeats Michael Chandler, people are going to be saying this. Well, Michael Chandler came from Bellator, and he just beat Dan Hooker. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Is Michael Chandler that good? And people are going to still be questioning Charles Oliveira. So there's a problem here. Even if Charles wins this fight, there's going to be a lot of MMA fans questioning the Brazilian. The 31-year-old in his prime, Charles Oliveira. Now, let me know in the chat, who do you have? Who do you think is going to win this fight? Chandler, Oliveira. We're going to throw a community poll out there as well. And let's see your votes in the chat. The first donation of the night is the glove touch.
Got tickets to UFC 263 today. Hopefully I see that big fag bag again, the schmo. Speaking of the schmo, did you know D and Colby Covington knocked up his wife? Oh. Who's D? D's nuts.
Oh!
You fucking goofball.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, the glove touch. Now, make sure you have your phone charged up. I would love to get some more video. I want to see you interact with the schmo or anyone over there. That would be wonderful, wonderful. And good on you. Good on you. Enjoy these fights. They're going to be great. Okay, let's see what we got going on in this chat over here. I find it just hilarious and ironic that Fabia's school logo is SOS because anyone who is a part of the school needs help, bro. Oh.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Chandler, but I want Oliveira to win. So Zachary's going with Chandler, but wants Charlie Olives to get the job done. No English from Charles makes me not want... You don't want him to win because he has no English. Okay. Fair enough. Leaning towards Chandler, but not sure yet, says Drunk Savage. And I'm actually kind of, like, surprised. A lot of people, one win in the UFC, and let's be honest, guys. I know listen, my Aussie friends out there, I know people want to root for Dan Hooker. It seems like a really cool dude. But honestly, I don't know, never was really sold on Dan Hooker. So coming in there and smashing him, not anything to say, wow, Chandler's the best in the world. But Michael Chandler was a champ. He knows how to win. He knows how to wrap a belt around his waist. It wasn't another organization. So there is questions about Chandler, too, which make this fight very fascinating as well. Cowboy, say I don't know what's going on over there. Dude's got like so many names. But he's young. He'll find his path for sure. Oliveira for the win. Sup, Moss? Hey, Jason. Carl says drunk. 29 and Chandler, says Super Skunk. Last time you're gonna see a win like that. There you go again with significant wins. That Oliveira. Listen, it's all about the significant wins here with Charlie Olives, right? This is the only thing I got to work with here. I'm not saying Charlie Oliveira is a bum by any means. The guy has been very impressive. In fact, when he destroyed Tony Ferguson, I said, I don't want Conor McGregor facing this guy. I don't want it. Before that Poirier fight, I was like, I don't want Conor any part of that. You know, I'm like, this guy beats Conor. But I was a little blurred in the moment. You know, I was dazzled by the performance. When you really take a sec to step back and start to really let it process. Yes, Oliveira's been in a great run, but I don't know what Tony Ferguson he fought. And the rest of the resume it's beautiful to see all his green, but you don't see any like superstar champion. I don't know. There's nothing that really really stands out. So Oliveira is 31 years old. He's still fairly young. He has a very good chance of really solidifying the strap, and if he can stay there and defend this thing, who knows, man? This guy could be on some streak. Moss loves Conor with a big dick, says Drew Becker. Just love that dick. Pizzle.
Bronx has been the underground king for a while, and this Saturday he becomes king at 55 in his new hometown of Houston, Texas. He's the reason Khabib retired, and he will start this belly tall guy either on the feet or
Wow.
especially if it hits the ground.
What does this say about the UFC? Okay, and thank you, Pizzle Lizzle, for the donation. Appreciate that. What does it say about the UFC if Michael Chandler just waltzes in here? Okay, just strolls in, defeats Hooker, right, and then just takes out Charlie Oliveira. What does that say about the UFC? Maybe these other guys, these other talented athletes in other organizations, maybe they're better. If Michael Chandler comes in here and smokes Charles Oliveira, a lot of people are going to be scratching their heads saying, wait, what are we watching here? Are we really watching the best of the best? It's going to be nuts. I'm curious what a guy like Dana White, who is Dana White rooting for in this fight? Because let's be serious here. Could you imagine Michael Chandler comes in there and smokes, lights out Charles Oliveira? On paper, Charlie Oliveira should win this fight. He really should. If you were to tell me, who are you going to pick? By the resume, this and that. Oliveira's done it all in the UFC. That win streak, no matter who he's fighting, it doesn't really matter. It's still a win streak in the UFC, which is very impressive. So you got to pick Oliveira. He's looked so freaking good. So good in his run up to this fight. But if Michael Chandler goes in there and just stops him, damn, we're going to start rethinking things. We're going to have to start looking at these records that some of these fighters have and say, wait a second, maybe all this fancy green stuff means jack shit. Maybe it's who they're fighting and when they are fighting these people. So that's why I love this fight. That's why I'm very excited about this matchup. There's so many stories. There's so many juicy stories that could come out of this. It's amazing. It really is. And I'm actually glad that Poirier is doing the trilogy with Conor. I think Poirier fighting both these guys is interesting, but this is more interesting to me. As this develops, there's more things that jump out. So we'll see what happens in this fight. As we roll through our Wednesday show, make sure you hit that like button. 161 people.
Hanging with the boys.
Now, we do have a story about Jon Jones turning down Stipe Miocic, that fight. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. We'll get into that later. We have a bunch of other MMA stories, but let's roll through this card. Let's roll through this thing. We're going to get last comments on this until Jessie gets over here and we'll get into the news. Last comments on this story, and then we're going to roll into the co-main event and see what else we got. Some spicy stuff. But this fight's so good. It really is. Now, what does this do for the casual fans? And I'm going to say this. I have a feeling this pay-per-view is not going to do very well. I'm just going out there. I'm just putting it out there on the line. A casual fan looking at this probably doesn't give a two fucks about this fight. Most casuals don't even know about Bellator. They don't even know what the hell it is. So I think it's going to be a problem when it comes to the money situation for the UFC. I don't think they're going to make much off this card. I got Oliveira says, and New Zealand, Australia, plus we have one more big star. Carl, are you serious? Hook it up, bro. We should smoke a blunt, KC Jones, says Carl Grace. So you guys want to get lit in the chat? Get a little weeded up in there? That's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We should smoke a blunt. So that terrible pay-per-view says, Brad, you're full of shit. Chandler made Khabib retire. And maybe Khabib did run for the hills. Maybe Khabib Nurmagomedov says, I don't want to fight these guys. I don't want any of that smoke. Or, let me just say this. If Michael Chandler wins, guys, if Michael Chandler wins and takes the microphone, right, and says, I'm the best 155er and does a whole speech out there, do you think Michael Chandler, because I don't think Oliveira brings Khabib back, but for some reason, I could see Michael Chandler being a guy that brings Khabib back. I could see it. And let me know what you think in the chat. Would there be a chance? Is Khabib completely done, or do you think that, hey, he's got like one away from getting that nice rounded off number? Michael Chandler, and this is another reason why I'm kind of rooting for Chandler. I just love the matchups afterwards. I don't know. There's something about Chandler that interests me. The casual side of me gets me going a little bit. Now, Charles Oliveira matching up with some of these other guys, that's interesting as well. But for some reason, I'm drawn towards Michael Chandler. I don't know. Maybe his pectorals are nicer. I don't know. Khabib can't make 155, says Drew Becker. Carl Grace, I see. Let's see. Khabib doesn't want to upset mommy, says Drunk Savage. Khabib is done. He looked horrible against Gaethje. The fuck? Oh, MJ. Let's see. Heard Carper Tom got groped by Joe Biden today. That's actually true. I was there. I saw it. It was terrible. Let's see. Will you watch the press conference live, says Saman. When is the press conference? I don't even fucking know. I'm assuming it's tomorrow's Thursday. I'm guessing it's tomorrow, right? Oh, should we watch the press conference? What do you think? I think it's going to be kind of lame, to be honest, especially with Oliveira not being able to speak. But Tony Ferguson's always interesting, so maybe. Khabib has retired for sure, says Brad Thompson. Conor beats both in a dominant fashion, says Phenomenal Titan. If Chandler dominates Oliveira and wins the belt, I could see him being a problem for Khabib. But Khabib is too fat. He's enjoying fat life. Eddie Alvarez was a guy that was all over social media at one point, saying that he has all the tools to beat Khabib, right? And there was a time where I could say, you know, I kind of get it. A smaller grappler could be tricky for Khabib. You know, a guy with a lower center of gravity, a little bull, like Michael Chandler, could be a problem. So who knows? I would, of course, pick Khabib if that fight would ever happen, or if we were hypothetically speaking about it. But it does fascinate me. And could you imagine this? If Khabib says, yeah, let's go 30-0, comes back and loses to a former Bellator champ, that'd be nuts. That would be absolutely freaking nuts. Have you seen my baseball? Have you seen my base? The weigh-ins. Oh yeah, it's Thursday. Chandler can make 155. I gotta talk to Jessie. Maybe we'll do the weigh-ins. I don't know. All right, let's move into the rest of this card over here. Let's scroll and see what else we got. We have the Tony Ferguson versus Beneil Dariush fight, and this is another fascinating fight. Tony Ferguson is not quite, I wouldn't say not quite in cowboy territory yet. Okay, Cowboy was on a pretty big losing streak here. Tony Ferguson, interim champion. Tony Ferguson, we're walking around with baseballs and shit like that. 2-fight losing streak, and look at the 2 he loses to, right? He loses to Charles Oliveira, fighting for a belt. He loses to Justin Gaethje, who fought for a belt not too long ago. Both guys, very good fighters. Like I said, we can still have some questions about Oliveira, regardless of the fact, as of this moment, both very good fighters. Before that, Donald Cerrone, he got that victory. Showtime Pettis looked great. Kevin Lee, staph infection, gets it done. And I mean, we're looking at some pretty decent guys over there, right? I mean, 3-fight win streak. And boom. Actually, before that, he was on a massive win streak. What am I talking about? He was on a massive. The guy was on, what, a 12, 13-fight win streak. So he's only on a 2-fight losing streak over here. And now he's fighting a guy like Beneil Dariush, who, when we're talking streaks, well, he's got one of his own. He's 24-1. He's got a big schnoz, too. That's a good target for the elbow. Look at this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights in a row. Got the job done. Diego Ferreira was a split decision. Let's see. Holtzman, Drakkar Klose, Camacho, Drew Dober, Thiago Moises. Okay. Where's his signature win for Dariush? Well, maybe Tony Ferguson could be the guy. Maybe he can be the guy. I don't know. 32 years old versus 37 years old. Not too much difference in height. We do have a reach for Tony Ferguson. Looking at the wins with Dariush, split decision. You got a knockout here. Got another knockout, submission, another submission. Okay. So what does this mean? What does this give us here? Not much. Because I have no idea, no clue what Tony Ferguson's going to show up. I have no idea. I have to think he's going to be prepared. I have to think he does not want to go 3 in a row. But I have no fucking idea. I still have no clue who I'm picking in this fight. No idea. 0. I want to pick Tony. I want to. But I don't want to lose my pick. I don't want to get it wrong. So I am just completely up in the air right now. That's why this fight's great. That is why this fight's great. You got a hungry Dariush coming up. You got Tony Ferguson saying, whoa. I'm not losing 3 in a row. Beautiful fight. Beautiful matchup. Let me know who you have in the chat. I'm with you, Mas, and this pick too, bro. Let's see. This fight won't be on the ground because they're both BJJ black belts. So you're saying they're going to nullify each other. Cowboy is great. Tony, says Eddie Machete. cancel goat milk this week, Moss? I don't know. I'm literally flipping coins. Everyone in the top 10 has a P head. Ali Abdelaziz already told Khabib not to ever sign a fight with Chandler for obvious reasons. When Tony retires, he's going to start his own fight league where it's elbows only.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I would tune into that. Is that your favorite drink, Christopher? Is that my favorite drink? The fuck? If Andrea Lee loses, I'm going to off myself. Diego is pregnant. Is there a full moon tonight? Or a full MMA hole? Is Diego pregnant? That'd be great. By the way, speaking of pregnant, I was watching Mike Tyson's Hot Boxing. And he had Mario Lopez. And he had Triple C, Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo's with baby. Henry Cejudo's pregnant. Him and his lovely lady. They're having a little girl. I think it's in November. So how about that? Good for Henry Cejudo. Good for him. Diego's pregnant. Is that confirmed? Did Ariel post it out there? Where's Jessie? I guess you're tuning in late. Jessie's with baby right now, but she'll be out here soon. P-heads are the most dangerous. Old fluffy head Cejudo. Tony, the kind of guy to divorce his wife just to train his heart. But that dude's a simp. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's in love, right? Henry Cejudo. He's in love. But yeah, he's like, hey, whatever makes him happy. Doesn't look like he's coming back to compete ever again. I think he's content in what he is doing over there. Maybe you'll see him in some novelty fight or something like that down the road. But it looks like he's just chilling. He's doing his podcasts and hot box and whatever. So Henry Cejudo's living the dream, and now he's going to be a pop. So good for him. All right. So now we discussed Tony Ferguson versus Dariush. We have 2 fights at the top of this card. Love it. Absolutely love it. Those two, 1-2 punch, fantastic stuff here. I think they're both going to be fantastic fights. I no chance of either of those fights sucking. Now, we have a little bit of an issue. Chookagian versus Araujo is the next fight on this card. Okay. Now, Chookagian, East Coast girl, I want to root for her, right? But I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. How you doing, Brandon Lewis? Hope you're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm not the biggest Chookagian fan. She's a win-loss type of girl. She's on track to get another loss over here. But she's got a Vivian Araujo, who defeats Roxanne Modafferi and Montana De La Rosa, and before that loses to Jessica Eyeball. Who'd she lose to? Who would she beat before that? Alexis Davis. All right. So right off the bat, this is what I see with this fight over here. I think it's pretty simple. Chookagian's about to get 2 fights in a row over here with W's. I see just Chookagian just kind of piecing her up. That's what I'm saying over here. I think it's going to be one of those things. Now, let's see these wins here. It looks like decisions, right? Yeah, when it comes to decisions, he has a knockout here. That was a year, 11 months ago. She seems pretty active for the most part. Oh, no. That was a little while back. She was active a while back, but anyway. Yeah, I mean, this fight over here is a bathroom break. I'm just going to say it, guys. Chookagian is almost 10 years older than me, but she looks We're good. Okay. Yeah, how old is Chookagian? Chookagian's 32. All right. Yeah, I don't care. Okay, this is one on the card where I'm just like, all right, everyone go get a beer, go take a leak. This is a decision, right? Does anyone in their mind think that this fight is going to be a finish, or like, is there where's the danger in this thing? I don't know, but it's okay. It's fair because it may be a decent, a competitive fight. But I am leaning towards Chookagian. I think Chookagian's just going to piece her up. That's why I'm going with this. So we'll see what happens. Is anyone in the chat like super pumped up about this fight? Maybe this will be the dud of the card. I don't know. Pants off. Just in case I will be watching for carnage. Well, yeah, you never know, right? That's why we have to watch. Do you have any news of your fight versus Jon Anik? No, Jon Anik has been silent, guys. And I understand why. I am older. I have no fighting experience whatsoever. I got a grayish beard. I have a beautiful young wife. I understand, Jon Anik. I understand why you're ducking me. I get it. It's okay. It's all right. You're not the first person scared of my non-talented ass. Might be a banger. That's why I love MMA. So Sean Hart says, hey, it might be a banger. Dick pumps are great. John Anik is scared like the schmo. Yeah, maybe they are. I don't know. Choo Choo by unanimous decision. So Uncle Dave Zilla going with the Choo Choo, motherfuckers. Chukagian for the decision. I think a lot of people are going to pick Chukagian. Anyone shocked by how close this is? I mean, a minus 150 plus 125. I mean, maybe Vivian drags her down to the mat. Use a little of that Brazilian jits. Possible. I don't know. But yeah, honestly, this is whatever. Now, Shane Burgos versus Edson Barboza. Here we go. We're back into the fire again. We're back into the fire. Yeah, you see some L's here. But the thing that's beautiful about this fight is it's just going to be a barn burner. There's no way this thing's going to suck over here. We got guys that are going to be looking for the finish. We're going to get guys that are going to be looking to compete here. That Josh Emmett fight was crazy. We got the knockout versus Amirkhani. Cub Swanson, split decision. Let's see. Kurt Hullabo, submission. And then before that, you got Calvin Kattar, who just fought for, a big fight. Although Max made him look like shit. Shane Burgos is a very tough guy from New York. And then you got Edson Barboza here, bouncing back with a win over Makwan Amirkhani. Barboza fought some pretty damn good guys. Dan Ige, Paul Felder, and Justin Gaethje. So those three losses over there, I get it. That Gaethje fight actually shocked the fuck out of me. Not gonna lie, I was a little shocked. I was a little shocked. I thought Barboza would have put up a little bit more of a fight. Not shocked that he lost, but a little bit more of a fight in that thing. Regardless of the fact he is coming off a win. Now Edson Barboza is 35 years old, fighting at this 145-pound weight class. But we'll see. Mr. Leg Kicks versus the Hurricane. Like it. Just like the matchup here. Enjoying the matchup. Now let me know in the chat, what do you think? Who you picking? Are you excited about this fight? Come on, speak to me, friends. What happened to Barboza? Oh, yeah. He fought Ferguson. And he beat Hooker. Hey, Ann. Just got a big raise out of nowhere, and I'm late every fucking day. Is that why, Ann?
Wonderful.
Junior for the win. Hurricane Shane Burgos is a savage. Barboza was in better shape in lightweight. Well, he's looking a little drained over here. Looking a little drained, but at 145, but still, he can make the weight, and he's coming off a win. I did like him, at 155, ripping those leg kicks and fucking people up. I did like that, but he had to make a move. So, we'll see. We'll see how he does in this fight. That Barboza kick kicks a liver to the left rib cage. I would like to see vintage Barboza coming out just ripping some kicks. That was so much fun to watch. Excited, but I picked my fights night before for me Saturday night. And that's what I'm going to be doing too. I might have to change it up though, because my picks I've been going like 500 in my picks here. My main cards are pretty decent, but fuck, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my picks. I got to pull it together. Anybody watch Dr. Pimple Popper? This is Matt Stone. My aunt does. My aunt, actually, the last conversation we had, she says, I'm obsessed with Dr. Pimple Popper. I'm like, what? So I haven't watched it, but I don't think I'm going to watch. Should I watch it? I don't know. It just sounds horrific. He was lightweight. I lost you there. I've seen 30 minutes of AIDS. Canada is here now. Thank you. Last week my picks sucked. So we'll see who wins this goat milk. Now, the question, let me ask you in the chat, what should we give away with this goat milk? I was thinking about going back into our sponsorships here. We got Lux Bidet. We got Head Rush. We got Mystic Roots. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to give you some Mystic Roots. How about that?
Wonderful.
Just got to confirm it with them, but we'll see. We'll give you some Mystic Roots. How about that? So the person that wins our Pick'em League, as long as everything is on point, we'll give you some Mystic Roots.
Wonderful.
Breaking news. Paulo Costa versus Jared Cannonier are set to headline UFC Fight Night on August 15th.
I like
that.
I like that. And I have to say this. Jared didn't look too good in his last fight, right? If I'm not mistaken. What did he play? He fought Robert Whittaker. Who did Jared fight in his last night? The Killer Gorilla. Right? Wasn't that the Whittaker fight? Yeah, it was Bobby Nux. Bobby looked great in that fight. But Robert Whittaker's a G. defeats Jack Hermanson. Destroyed Anderson, David Branch, then lost to Dominic Reyes, Jan Blachowicz. All right, I like Jared a lot. I'm very fearful. I feel that this fight favors Paulo. This fight is Paulo Costa found the right matchup. Cannonier's got some heat in them hands, but yeah, I have a feeling. Just initial thoughts on this, and thank you, reporter Glove Touch. I feel like this really favors Paulo Costa. Interesting. Another story too is what's his face? Why am I drawing a blank? Thiago Santos. Thiago Santos fighting Johnny Walker. I really like that fight. Really like that fight. That's a great one there. As Thiago Santos didn't look too great in his last fight. Johnny Walker trying to get back up into the mix. That's a big one. Let me know what you guys think in the chat here, as we got two fights that were just brought up out of the blue. Costa wins by KO. I'm kind of with you on that. Is it a glass draw if you have absolutely got cracked? Reyes KO'd him, yeah, but in light heavy. Breaking news, boring people is boring content. Till versus Rockhold in the works. You know, I've been hearing rumbling about that. And speaking of rumbles, speaking of rumbling, it's another story we're going to get into. Rumble Johnson using some fraudulent cards, which is kind of nuts. But he's out of jail now. Okay. And past that, Cannonier used to fight at heavy and take heavyweight punches, and you think Cannonier has no chin. I think Cannonier he didn't look good at all in his last fight. Your boy Moss Wiz Khalifa, gonna fight in PFL. What? I know he's got a piece of the PFL pie. Is he really gonna fight? No. I don't buy that. Is it going to be some sort of novelty fight or some shit? I'm getting sick of this MMA bullshit, to be honest. His incognito picogram. Well, then retire. Powell might be a little guy. Oh, hold on, lost you. Powell might be a little gun shy after what happened with Izzy. It's going to be interesting to see. Paulo Costa, when was the last time he competed, right? That Izzy fight it seems like it was forever ago. Let's look at him. When was that fight? Paulo Costa. Let me pull it up. Paulo Costa. Where are you at? Where were you at, Paulo Costa? Interesting fight, though, huh? Heavy main event. Dude, what the... Sorry. My fucking Tapology kept on shit in the bed. There's Big Buff over here. Here he is. Look at him. Beautiful man. Beautiful man. That was what, 2020 September of 2020. So, you know what? I mean, not that long ago. It wasn't a year. But when are they going to fight? What did he say? They were going to fight headline fight night on August 15th. Yeah, so he'll be back before a year's up. Yeah, that's a perfect fight for him. That really is. It's interesting. I was interested in seeing, I saw Derek Brunson did an interview with Dennis, was it Menace in the Man or some shit like that podcast. And Derek Brunson, I thought versus Paulo Costa would have been really fascinating. I think I would have rather seen that fight, to be honest. But we got Costa versus Cannonier, so whatever. Sober Paulo Costa is dangerous. He was wine drunk fighting Izzy. Only Randy from SP can win with that shit. Imagine if Jared humps Paulo after a KO. That would be amazing, actually. I think Cannonier is better than Costa, but I think Costa is tougher, and Jared doesn't have Izzy's footwork. Yeah, you got to think Costa was kind of exposed in his last fight. Curious to see if Jared can capitalize on that. But I don't know. Initial thoughts with that just jumping into my head, I would have to say that it really favors Costa. Man, I see you can have my spot on the call in the intro. Says 2 joints. Jesus Christ, 2 joints. You are cranky pants. This is 3 shows in a row with 2. Stop it. Stop being a cranky pants. How about, let's see. You're wonderful, wonderful Anna Ann, says Carl. Cannonier gonna mop Ricky Martin the fuck up. Let's go. Don't do it, Cannonier, says CN. So CN's trying to warn him. If you can't handle your job after a night of drinking, then you ain't shit.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's go back into this card over here as we got sidetracked. Let's move into the next one. Actually, this is... Here we go. We got a little sidetracked over here. What else we got? Oliveira versus Chandler, the headline in this thing. We spoke about that earlier. When Jessie comes on, we'll get into it a little bit more as she has the news. And we have Matt Schnell versus Rogerio Bontorin. Love it. Once again, someone called up and reminded us. I can't remember who it was. Manny C, I think? I can't remember who it was. But I was talking about Matt Schnell and having that TV show on MTV, and I completely forgot about that. Well, Matt Schnell, you got a nice little opportunity here as you're coming off a win. Fighting a guy on a 2-fight losing streak from Brazil, Rogerio Bontorin. Think this is just a straight-up good fight. I think it's fun. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's see. Jacare, who is headlining the preliminaries. Jacare Souza on a 3-fight losing streak. This man never had a chance to get that UFC gold. He's had gold in Strikeforce. And one of my... I always preferred Jacare. I enjoy Jacare Souza coming out of Strikeforce. I really had high hopes for him, and it just never quite worked out here. And here he is, 3-fight losing streak. He's fighting Andre Muniz. See a lot of green for Muniz, so a big opportunity for a Muniz, a 31-year-old on a nice little win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-fight win streak. So we'll see. We'll see if this is it. This could be it for Jacare. I mean, 41 years old. How many more you got in the tank? How many? What's that? All right, ladies and gentlemen. We got JBM back up in this bitch. How's the baby doing?
Good. I'm just waiting for her to wake up.
She's sleeping. She had a good titty drink. She's good. She's good to go. All right, Jess, we're going to jump into the news, but I have a little head rush attire on here. Let's go into our sponsors real quick, and then we're going to roll right into the news. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button. We're looking to get to 200 likes tonight. 200 likes. We play the Goalie Goals song, so everyone hit that like button. Let's see. Head Rush. Let's talk about them real quick.
Head Rush is provider of the highest quality authentic apparel for lifestyle, MMA, and action sports enthusiasts, men and women's clothing ranging from hoodies, t-shirts, workout apparel, and more. Be part of the chosen few and save 20% using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES at the link in the description below.
All right. Hey, that new Head Rush gear looks sweet. Yeah, check this out, guys. I like this. It reminds me of Cain Velasquez for some reason. I don't know why. And it's got Notorious on here. Got a little skull. Check it out. I love their gear. Their merch is nice. It's quality clothing. And, you know, I usually dress like a bum. You know? Unless it's MMA-Holes gear or Head Rush gear, I dress like I'm homeless. Today I walked to the mailbox and I had a D-Rest Mystic Moss.
Today you were
I looked like a complete bum. I had a Mystic Moss fucking tank top courtesy of D-Rest, and I had purple shorts on. I realized that when I came to the bathroom. I was like,
you didn't look bad. You just looked comfortable.
No, I looked like I was homeless with this big, burly, unkept beard. What else we got? We have Ballsy.
Alrighty. Taking great care of yourself doesn't have to feel like a chore. Ballsy products are developed with unique active ingredients to keep you feeling and smelling better than ever before. Get up to 15% off using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES. Don't forget to check out their latest product, their deodorant that just came out. It is selling out fast, so make sure you get it at ballwash.com. Link in the description below.
Okay, and we got Lux Bidet.
Say goodbye to toilet paper with affordable premium bidet attachments by Lux Bidet. Lux Bidet attachments gently cleanse your skin, leaving you feeling refreshed and confident. Save 10% at checkout using the link in the description below. Again, that's 10% off applied at checkout with the link in the description below. All
right, Lux Bidet. By the way, Lux Bidet over here. I'm seeing it all over the internet right now. People are buying these products, and I'm telling you right now, I've never had a product where people just thanking me. They thank me, Jess. I didn't make the fucking bidet. I'm just telling them I'm just trying to tell them to change their lives. So to the people that are using bidets, good on you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Mystic Roots CBD.
Get top quality organic CBD products, including extracts, hemp flower, cosmetics, edibles, and more. Get up to 20% off using promo code MMA-Holes at mysticrootscbd.com. Again, that's promo code MMA-HOLES at mysticrootscbd.com.
And like I said earlier in the stream, if you guys want to watch the fights yourself, we have an ESPN Plus link pinned in the live chat And underneath as well, if you use our promo link, well, you help us out tremendously. So ESPN Plus, check it out. Link in the description. Buy your pay-per-view now because, listen, I got to say this. If you buy it last second, you may not even be able to see the fights. So just buy it now if you're going to watch these fights and want to pay for the pay-per-view. All right. Jessie, what is the first story that we got?
Alrighty, Moss. First story we're touching on UFC 262. I know you've already been touching on it for a majority of the show. Michael Chandler says Charles Oliveira might be the scariest opponent he's ever faced. According to BloodyElbow.com, Moss's favorite. Former Bellator lightweight champion and current UFC title challenger Michael Chandler knows that he will have his hands full next Saturday at UFC 262, paired up against Charles Oliveira for a bout that will define the next king of the 155-pound division. Iron Mike is not one to undermine his competition. In an interview with Combate, Chandler had nothing but praise for Oliveira. Fully aware of the dangers that the Brazilian brings to the table, Michael will make sure not to leave any openings for Do Bronx to capitalize on, especially on the ground. Despite knowing how good Charles' ground game is, Chandler hopes to find enough room to finish the fight himself, but not on the mat. Although the Brazilian's striking has improved over the years, Michael believes that he still might be able to score an early knockout win, though he knows it will not be no easy task. In his last outing, Michael Chandler, who's 22-5, TKO'd Dan Hooker in the first round to begin his UFC career with a right foot back in January. The victory put the 35-year-old on a 3-fight winning streak, with 2 more KO wins over Benson Henderson and Sidney Outlaw. Iron Mike's last loss happened in May 2019 when he lost the Bellator lightweight title to Patricio Ferreira via TKO. Now Michael Chandler is expected to take on Charles Oliveira for the vacant lightweight title at UFC 262's main event in Houston, Texas on May 15th.
Have we swung you over to Michael Chandler?
Chandler? That's what you're calling him?
Michael Chandler, yeah.
I have to be honest. I was not the biggest fan of him coming into the UFC just because of how he handled it. But I would be lying if I said, whoa, we're a little off there, Moss.
I didn't do this. But now I'm going to fix it. There we go.
I would be lying if I said that what I've seen of Michael Chandler now, it makes his entry into the UFC a little more warranted.
So you are now a Michael Chandler fan.
Stop calling him Michael Chandler.
Well, he's going to win, right?
He's not a champ yet.
Yeah, he is.
No,
he's the
not.
155. He's defending his belt. He's defending Michael Chandler.
Oh, God.
Michael Chandler is going to get it done. He's going to get it done. He's going to shock the world. Although a lot of people, when this is kind of bothering me, a lot of people are picking him now. When I picked him over, what's it called, a Hooker, I was kind of getting some heat. A little bit of heat on the Chandler, Jess. But now, Chandler fighting Charles Oliveira. Oliveira should win this fight.
Double Champ thinks you just jinxed it by calling him that.
Michael Chandler. That's what it is. It's Michael Chandler. Double Champ is picking Oliveira.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So he's hoping I jinxed him.
Yeah.
He's hoping. But let's be honest here. He's Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, he's got a real
funny.
He's got a real tough task in front of him with Charles Oliveira. This is not a layup fight in any way.
Well, that's what he was saying. He's well aware that this is going to be a very difficult fight for him.
Now, how did you sway?
Did I sway?
Are you picking? I mean, you were picking Oliveira.
I said I want to pick Oliveira. Like everything says to pick Oliveira. The smart pick would be Oliveira.
It would actually.
But
now you're getting smarter.
Now, no, I haven't swayed to Chandler yet. In fact, I haven't made a pick for this fight at all yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where to go. There's so many reasons that I want to pick Oliveira, and there's a million reasons I could pick Chandler. You know, Help me out, guys.
It's easy.
Who do I pick?
Michael Chandler. It's not a question, right? I mean, we don't have any questions here. I'm trying to pretend that Oliveira's got a chance, but he doesn't. Because Mr. America is coming in there, Jess.
Oh, God.
He's going to be soaring off the top of his cage.
Mr. America.
Oh, yeah, he's Mr. America.
Yeah.
He's fighting for the US of A. Yeah. That's what he's doing.
Okay.
All right, let's see what you got in the chat.
All right. Incognito says totally fuck Tony over. Heavy Microgrow says Charles has absorbed Tony's UFC championess, which supersedes a Bellator champion. Kanoto says him beating Hooker doesn't have me sold. Oliveira is going to win, Jessie.
Okay, so here's the deal. I think Kanoto came into the show a little bit late. Kanoto, let me just say this, okay? Charlie Olives, he's on a very good run, but where's his signature win? Did he beat a broken down Tony Ferguson already? Kevin Lee? I mean, really? Kevin Lee is a freaking head case. you got to go a little ways back before you even get Jim Miller over here. So I got to say this here, guys. Yeah, Chandler just beat Hooker. But you know what? Chandler's a champ. He actually knows how to win a belt. Think about this. Michael Chandler, a freaking stud. So Chandler, we have a little bit more evidence here. Even though he doesn't have UFC, but he had wars with Eddie Alvarez as well. Mm-hmm. Who did Oliveira beat? If you're going to put Tony Ferguson out there, well, we got to find this weekend. We got to find out this weekend if Tony Ferguson's still with us. We don't know. So who did he beat, Kainoto? Help me out.
Colby Covington wants to kiss your hand. Donald Trump, can I kiss your hand? Kiss your hand, kiss your hand. Trump, you have a delicious hand. A lot.
You want to fight? Try asking your neighbor to get their dog to shut the F up. Just bought a dog silencer. Wish me luck this summer.
Oh my goodness.
Thank God. Our neighbor has dogs, but they're not even, they're silent. There's like 3 dogs and we don't even hear them, which is great. I would lose my shit. Like, could you imagine
if there's like a loud dog
constant
next door?
barking? There was a house that we were going to buy and we didn't buy it because remember those dogs?
Because the dog, yeah.
And I know like that's not a reason not to buy a house, but still.
For some people, it's a reason not to buy a house.
Imagine moving to Arizona for peace and quiet and there's a dog just like screaming and yelling.
Yeah.
I love animals, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, what do you do? But then you're an asshole. If you ring your neighbor's doorbell like, yeah, shut those dogs up, like you're an asshole. But what if you have a little baby that's trying to sleep and you're like every 5 seconds? Oh, I think I just woke the baby up.
Nice job, Moss.
She's still sleeping. Still sleeping.
No, she's not.
Oh, imagine I woke her up with my impersonation. My dog impersonation.
I personally got Mike Chan for the win by decision. Chandelier will show his champ level determination and dig deeper than Charlie Olives.
Okay.
Joe Bonk's got a good chance of submitting him anytime, Toe.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, DVSV. Kainoto says he's a great, by Bellator standards, beating Hooker doesn't solidify. See, this is where Kainoto's I'm sorry, Kainoto. I love you to death, but
casual.
Michael Chandler beat Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez is a UFC champion. UFC champion.
What?
Doesn't matter. Once you win the belt, you win the belt. UFC champion. Charlie Olives beats a former interim champion that's on his last legs. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Okay? So what are we doing here, guys? Help me out here. Here's a former champion, Anthony Pettis lost.
It says Eddie Alvarez is a bum.
Not really. Not really. Not really, guys. UFC champion. So here's the thing. I'm not saying that Oliveira is a scrub by any means. He's 31 right now. Mm-hmm. He's still in his prime. Okay? But what I'm saying is this. If I'm just going to pick a fight here, yes, I'm picking with my heart because I do like Michael Chandler. I do enjoy Michael Chandler. But at the same time, if you're just looking at the facts here, you might want to think about this. Chandler was a champ. Yes, it was in Bellator, but also defeated a UFC champ.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great fight. I mean, there was the wars between Michael Chandler and Eddie Alvarez. Go back and watch those fights. I mean, talk about fire. And now it's like prime. That's prime Eddie Alvarez. Eddie! So think about this. Think about this here. I know people always fall into the trap of an undefeated streak or a streak of wins, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins. Wow, it's amazing. But you know what that tells me? He's due to lose, right? He's due to lose. It's not Kamaru Usman type winning streak over here. Kamaru Usman is a fucking savage. Now, Charles Oliveira could be a savage as well, but we need more evidence. And the evidence to me, Jessie, moves over to Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler.
Yeah. Kamen Rider says, who would win Pitbull Chandler rematch? Apparently, according to Moss, Chandler.
Chandler will win. And let me tell you why. Because that fight was it was a quick stop. I watched it again. Again. Mm-hmm. It's all over the place, this Michael Chandler fight with Pitbull. It's a quick stop. Chandler's getting back up. Yes, Pitbull was cracking on my man, but Chandler was getting back up.
Yeah.
The rest like, nah, stay down, bro.
Alvarez did become UFC champ, but he wasn't elite. His record speaks for itself. Chandler is a great fighter, but he's great by Bellator standards. We can't crown him anything until he's got a few more fights in the big leagues.
Oh my God. You are such a casual. Do you remember what Eddie Alvarez has done between Bellator and the UFC? Yeah, he lost his first fight in the UFC and then boom.
Is he trolling or is he?
I think he's trolling.
I feel like Noda just tries to get under your skin a little bit.
It's recency. Like, I don't understand how you discredit Eddie Alvarez. Oh, because he's got smoked by Conor. He's automatically a bum. Come on, you know Eddie Alvarez is a G. Stop
then
it.
the Conor haters giving Conor credit.
Living near dogs. That's not bad. I live a few blocks from a nightclub. And it's fucking Spike Week. My fucking house is shaking all night because of these 60-year-old leather jacket Hell's Angel biker fags.
All right, thank you. Come on. You can't just just throw the Alvarez. Like you just can't throw that out the window. I mean, Alvarez is a G. Like, yes, his best days are behind him now. But when Chandler fought him, he was like at his peak. Like Eddie was like a stud. Those fights are great, by the way. Those are really good fights. I don't know, man. Maybe he's trolling. I'm going to go with he's trolling. That's what I'm going to go with. Let's look at Michael Chandler over here. Now, listen, the Dan Hooker fight, okay, that doesn't say anything. I'm with you on that, right? Because I don't think Dan Hooker's really that great. But he did smoke him very quick. You know, I don't know. Dan Hooker looked, whatever. Benson Henderson, another former champion, by the way. I know his last days, his best days were behind him. But he did. He knocked him the fuck out, right? He still knocked. That's another champ that you put, a UFC champ that Michael Chandler beat. How many fucking UFC champs did freaking Oliveira beat? Now, Sidney Outlaw, I mean, listen.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Pitbull, quick stop. Brent Primus, tough dude. Bounced back, got it done, right? Now, Primus, that was the fight he got hurt with the first time around. He got hurt, and that's why they couldn't continue. But Chandler, with one leg, wanted to keep going. Guy's a mutant.
Guy's a what?
He's a mutant. Patricky Pitbull, the brother, took him out. Buried him. A caveman Rickles, buried him. Rear naked choke on Campos. And everyone jumps at Will Brooks. Listen, every dog has his day. Every Brooks has his day, all right? Whatever. What are you going to do? Oh, split decision. Oh, he got knocked out. Oh, 2014. Come on. Lost to Eddie Alvarez here, but if you look over here, beat Eddie Alvarez as well. Wars. And this was a split decision, by the way. Wars. Fights that were absolute balls to the wall wars. It's two champs on the list. Come on, man. You got to know Chandler's all right. You got to know. Come on, guys. Come on. Stop. Stop the insanity here.
Super chat.
Eddie got smoked this month by a Korean guy you couldn't name if your life depended on it.
Yeah. That's because when a fighter is on the tail end of their career, that's when they're in their prime, right? Is that what we're talking about here? I'm talking prime Eddie. I'm talking prime Eddie here. 2 wars. Yes, he won one and he lost one. Split decision on the second one. 2 wars. That was prime Eddie versus the Eddie that we're seeing now, who's still in great shape. It's not the same. Man, oh man, I tell you what, the more this night progresses, the more confident I am about Michael Chandler. This fight's near even. You know why? Because Chandler beats fucking champions. Oliveira beats beating up Tony Ferguson's. This is interesting now.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oliver may not have beaten any big names as you say, but he's been fighting in the Premier League. Alvarez is one of my favorite fighters. I've been following him since Bodog, but his best days were long ago. He was the man in Bellator, but not in the UFC.
You just proved my point. Yeah, his best days were long ago when Chandler beat him. Yeah. You just proved my point. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donations too, guys. Really appreciate that. DVSV.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, let's see what DVSV has to say.
Remember that time that Eddie Alvarez beat up a super roided out midget on an MTV reality TV show?
No, I don't actually. Why am I drawing a blank? He beat up a super roided out midget on an... Did he fight on Bully Beatdown or some shit? I don't remember that. His best days were behind him before he made it to Bellator. Then why did he win a UFC championship? Stop trolling, bro. What is he? What, was it on Bully Beatdown? What is Kaidodo doing? Sometimes it gets blurred, man. The line gets blurred. I'm not sure if he's serious or if he's trolling. I have to assume he's fucking trolling now. His best days were behind him. Then he wins the UFC championship.
Oh, super.
The hell kind of logic is that? D-Man.
Eddie got smoked twice at one, Olives by spanking.
Okay, so you're saying because Eddie Alvarez got smoked in one FC, tail end of his career. Okay. Alrighty. All right. Now, I want in the chat right now, who is going to win this fight? Olives or Chandler? Olives or Chandler? Let me know in the chat who you have right now, as I think we got some interest now. We got some interest here. Chandler should lose, right? All that flashy green, all the experience by Oliveira. Chandler should lose. But if Chandler wins, what does that say about the UFC? What does that say about us? Here just simping over UFC wins. Maybe Bellator is better than we think. Chandler in one. Chandler all day. Whoa. Oliveira by TKO. Mike Chan. Still undecided. Chandler by KO. Chandler. Oh my God, guys. We might have to make a Chandler an emoji. What's going on? Oh, man. Chandler wins. I hope the fight, he fights Khabib. That'd be great. That'd be awesome if Khabib came back. It's like, all right, let's go. Chandler, and it won't be close. Connor. Chandler. What? No Chandler emoji. Connor. Olives takes him down to spend 80% of the time fighting on the ground.
Chandler, but not because he beat Bum Alvarez.
Is this. I'm trying to say, okay, this looks really flashy by Charles Oliveira. And by no means do I not like Charles Oliveira. I think Charles Oliveira is excellent. I said I did not want to see Conor fight this guy. You know, being a Conor fan, I don't want to see that. But when I look at the resume, maybe it's just fluff. We find out Saturday, is Tony Ferguson still Tony Ferguson? If he gets smashed by Dariush too, we're going to say, okay, all right, best days way behind him. But if Tony Ferguson looks like a G once again, vintage elbow carving off the back craziness, okay, then we can say, all right, you know what? Big win for Oliveira there. But I look at everything else here, and I mean, there's nothing else that really stands out that I'm like, all right, now I'm convinced. The only thing that really stands out is like Jim Miller. And credit to Jim Miller is a tough dude. We choked out Jim Miller. I mean, that's tough to do, to choke out Jim Miller. But there's nothing else. I mean, he lost to Felder, Lamas, Pettis, Maxey, decent guys, right? He beat Miles Jury. I mean, like, I'm looking at his wins here. There's nothing that really stands out. When I look at Chandler, I see a guy that was a champion in another organization, knows how to do it. It's on a 3-fight win streak, and he's beaten UFC champs. So I'm not saying, hey, he beat Eddie Alvarez, so that means he's going to beat Oliveira. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying there's just more evidence. We're looking at Oliveira because he's got the UFC experience. But Michael Chandler is a boulder rock of a human being. Yes, he's not the tallest guy in the world. He's not the greatest MMA fighter of all time. But he's a fucking winner. The guy knows how to win belts. We've seen him. We've seen him do it already. So I'm seeing more evidence in favor of him. Now, Chandler is older. He is 35 years old. So if you want to talk about age, maybe age can play a part. But he looked pretty damn good in Hooker. I mean, he looked flashy good. A smaller wrestler versus a grappling Oliveira who can strike as well. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Listen, as much as I troll and joke around about this matchup here and saying Chandler is going to win, we all have to agree on this. This fight is fire. It's a fire fight, man. And I hope casual fans tune into this. I really hope they get pumped up about this matchup because it really is a good matchup.
Wonderful.
He won the belt in the UFC most because he beat Rafael dos Mercury, who wasn't the greatest either. Alvarez was still good, but his best days were long gone. I agree with you, dummy. I just feel he peaked way before you think he did.
No need for name calling. No need for name calling. That's childish behavior. So you just said that Rafael dos Anjos, another UFC champion. Rafael dos Anjos is what? A bum? What'd you call him? Rafael dos... Hold on. I lost you. Rafael Dos Mercury, who wasn't the greatest for either. Okay. Dos Anjos is a savage. Just because he went up to 170 and it didn't turn out well for him, he was undersized at 170. At 155, when he had decent weight cuts, he was like unbeatable. You're losing me, man. I appreciate your opinion, but you're slowly losing me.
Kanoto knows shit about MMA. He's not trolling, he's just dumb as fuck. All the guy does is talk shit in the chat while him and KFC decried each other.
Whoa. What the fuck? Now Dan's going in on Kanoto. Gonna have to take personal shots at him. We're just trying to understand him. I'm going when he's trolling.
Wonderful.
Sometimes my points get fucked via donations. I can only say so much. Beware the day I call in Moss. I'll unleash my autism all over your ass. I think Mike is good. Not an Oliver fan, but Oliver gonna win. Gonna be a great fight.
All right. He's coming back around now. Listen, can Charles Oliveira win? Yes, he can. But I'm trying to put the pieces together. I'm like a detective here. I'm trying to figure this thing out. I'm trying to snoop into this fight, look into this fight, and say, okay, what can we work with here? Like, if I was a betting man, which way would I go on this? And as Chandler is an underdog, it's enticing. It's very enticing here because the guy has a very decent resume. Yes, there's some fights in this thing where you're like, well, you scratch your head and you're like, how did he lose that one? But Chandler, at 35 years old, is a man on a mission. And I think he's going to be a problem. Now, I don't know how Chandler, I'm trying to figure out, can he sleep Oliveira? Are they going to nullify each other? Is this going to be like a 5-round war? It's going to stay on the feet because both guys can play on the ground, or will they be rolling around? Trying to figure it out here. I don't know the method of victory for Chandler. There's something that just tells me that Chandler might smoke him. He might knock him out. I don't know. Just getting that vibe that Michael Chandler might go in there and just sleep Charles Oliveira. Can Charles Oliveira get Chandler's neck and his back, his pussy and his crack? Yeah, he could. Very, very possible. And like I said, I'm repeating myself a million times. That's what makes this fight wonderful. Make sure you smash the like button, friends. We're looking to get to 200 likes tonight. 210 people hanging
with the boys.
Fascinating stuff here. And I love the fire from the chat. No one's wrong. If you're picking Oliveira, you're not wrong. If you're picking Chandler, you're not wrong. But let's get those opinions out. Now's the time. Get it off your chest. Let's all get fired up here because we all got a good fight to watch. Islam Makhachev versus Thiago Moises, July 17th. Till versus Brunson announced. So Till versus Brunson, interesting. Darren Till is about to hit the canvas multiple times. I like patient Brunson. I mean, it's not the most fun thing to watch Brunson lay on guys, but Till's got to be careful, man. This is like tailor-made for Brunson. His tape of Usman wrestling Chandler, and he couldn't get him down. And that's another thing antisocial. That's actually a very good point. Michael Chandler made mention that if he wins this belt, he's not opposed to fighting Kamaru Usman, a friend. Michael Chandler, he will go up. And he called Usman an undersized 170. That's what Michael Chandler, Little Mikey calling Usman an undersized 170. If you're able to hang with Kamaru Usman, roll around with that guy, what does that say? I mean, Kamaru is a big, strong fucking guy. You got to think Kamaru Usman's a big, stronger guy than Charles Oliveira, and this dude's hanging out with him. It's a very good point. Can Oliveira get up if Chandler takes him down? Well, here's the thing. Oliveira's going to be dangerous off his back, too, right? So does Chandler want to take him down? Wrestling versus jits, it's interesting. Did you guys cover the Khamzat and Neil drama about slapping each other? I did not. No, I don't even know about that. Maybe Jesse has a story. He's not scared of shit. Moss has a big wiener. That's false. I wish it was true, Spider. I wish I could sit here and gloat about my big hog, but I can't. Michael going to run from Justin, Dustin, Tony, and Connor. He's going to start running, you think? If Chandler wins, that would be a fight to see. Chandler versus Marty. It's interesting, right? It is. And this is another reason why I'm, fanboying Michael Chandler right now. Michael Chandler. There's just way more possibilities. And at 35 years old, they're going to throw him the most interesting fights. They're not going to have him sit there and defend him against the next guy and the next guy. Like the rankings mean jack shit. All we're going to see is just interesting fights with Michael Chandler. And that might piss people off as well. Michael Chandler, he's 35 years old. He's not he's not going to be sitting there saying, I'm going to fight all these guys in a row. No, he's going to get paid. They're going to have some novelty fights going up to 170. That's a very big possibility. Conor McGregor gets a win. You can lock that up. You can guarantee that Conor will fight Michael Chandler. Not even a question. So that's another thing you got to think about. If Oliveira sits there, well, I'm thinking that Oliveira's going to sit there and he's going to defend he's going to be a proper champ, right? And I can't knock on that. But listen, I like the circus. That's why I'm going with Chandler. Well, we got some great news here. Kainoto coming in with a donation.
Wonderful.
I had to stereo that.
Dan, oh Dan. Beware of the angry closeted homo that donates and cries about two men riding each other. Seems like you're projecting something. Are you upset that you're not the ride? You got some angry homoerotic issues, man. So much pent up anger.
Oh, sound erotic here. I like this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kainoto. And D-Man Diaz, baby. D-Man Diaz has membered up. Woo! Shout out to our members, 127. If you're belted up in the chat, if you're fucking belted up in this chat, show your belts, guys. Let me see what you got in the chat over here. I see the brown belts. And by the way, Kainoto is a brown belt. Congrats on that. Mike is a beast, but Conor beats him. Whoa! Saying Conor beats Chandler, and that's hit. Wow. I got blindsided with that pick. What timing? With George St. Pierre. Thank you. Where's my belts at? We got Drunk over here, Phil over here, D-Rest up in this bitch, Uncle Dave Zilla up in this bitch, DVSV up in this bitch. We got blue belts, white belts. Pretty soon, I cannot wait until the black belts hit the chat. I cannot wait for that, guys. That's going to be fucking awesome. A little crown, a little black belt action here. So shout out to everyone that's a member. Really appreciate your support. Guys and gals are the best. Seriously. Look at the belts over here with your fancy emojis, you fancy people. You had Conor beating Alvarez too. Well, that's when you were a Conor fan though, right? When did you jump ship? I remember you saying that you jumped ship from Conor. I have a feeling you were a Conor fan when he beat Alvarez. And it all went downhill after that. Conor more like a sheep. He's like a sheep. Kevin Lee was a good matchup. DVSV has AIDS. So Jessie has it. You want to bring the little one on?
I'm just trying to distract her.
Yeah, put her sunglasses. You have her sunglasses? No. Give her a little... All right, so Jessie has a little Ellie in her hands. Ellie's wide awake. Bring her over. I'll hold her. Yeah, you can do the news and I'll hold her. Actually, I got to take a leak. Actually, here. I'll take a leak. Wash my hands nice. You want to bring her over here? Or? You want to put it on the side? All right, Jessie has a little Ellie action. I'm going to take a quick piss. We have plenty of show. We got a lot of stories to get to. UFC 262 is this weekend, so if you want to watch it, pin in our live chat is our ESPN Plus link. We got Jessie coming in with the baby. Look at it. Welcome to the baby. Baby. Oh, shit. She got a bald spot, Jessie. We got to get some Rogaine, baby Rogaine.
That's not a bald spot, Moss. That's where her hair parts.
We got to get her a wig.
All right, hold on. Let me get my headphones so I can hear if a donation comes in. Okay. I'm just going to read the chat until Moss gets back. This is harder than I thought. So Tiny. Yeah, she is tiny. I love to see Conor play and the act like an addict plays. Are you talking about vintage Conor? Vintage Conor playing the act? Does she have UFC fight gloves on? Yes. Yes, she does. Olives doesn't have the best chin. I don't think he can stand with Chandler, and I don't think he can take him down. It's a monster matchup for him. You don't think Oliveira can take Chandler down? I highly disagree with that. I think Oliveira can 100% take Chandler down. And I honestly think it would be a fun fight on the ground. Why do you doubt Oliveira's ability to put Chandler on the ground? Diego is with child, is he? Oliveira via calf kicks. I fooked my brain off thinking about this fight? Ellie, beautiful Jessie, thank you. Tragic Podcast says, what do you think of Amanda versus Shevchenko? I said immediately after the last Shevchenko fight. Listen, I mean, it only makes sense, and it's fun, right?
She's wide awake. It is fun.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Amanda Shevchenko trilogy. I like
Nope,
it.
not fun. Those
Well,
fights
what
suck.
else do you propose for Shevchenko?
Shevchenko, she's fighting. I don't know. I don't care. She'll fight someone. I was gonna say fight Rose, Thug Rose. Throw those two at each other. Give me Thug Rose. Unify. Let's have two, not unified belts. Let's have a belt versus belt on belt action. That's what I like. Thug Rose versus Shevchenko. Yeah. And I want to see Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison. Even though she's fighting Juliana Pena. So, you know, as I was pissing Jess, I was thinking more about this fight over here.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
Wonderful, wonderful.
After seeing Gregor break Diego Ferreira in round 2, I think he may be the Colby Covington of lightweight, and I honestly see him breaking Oliveira the same way he broke Ferreira. Oliveira and Ferreira are pretty much the same. Great jiu-jitsu but quit sometime.
Well, if that weight class 155 is so wide open, and that's that kind of the cool thing about that's the cool thing about Khabib leaving. Now it's a playground for these guys. Anyone can be a champion. Gregor can charge up the rankings and get a shot at that belt. When Khabib's sitting there, no one had a shot. No, we were saying Oliveira might have been the guy that could beat Khabib, but let's be serious here. It's not the case. Khabib would have beat them all. And I was joking around. Khabib, you know, ran for the hills when it came to Michael Chandler and Oliveira and yada, yada, yada. He's gone. And now we have a fresh new weight class here. So I'm loving it. Yeah, Ellie is lost. Look at her. She's just chilling. Wow. What do you see over there? You see us? That's you. Look at her little head. That's you over there. Wow, the lights aren't bothering her?
Oh, she's not looking at him.
That's crazy. She's looking at our setup here. Ellie's in the chat, boys. Ellie's in the chat. Look, she's just chilling. Look at her. That's fucking
Found
cute.
a way to calm her down. Bring her on the show.
Wow.
She's a true MMA hole.
Look at you. They're just hanging out. Ellie, who do you think's gonna win? I can't wait till she could point
Wonderful,
certain things and we can have her make picks.
Chandler got his ass whooped by Will Brooks twice. Now he is about to fight the guy that sent Will Brooks out of the UFC.
All right, listen. Can we stop with the Will Brooks thing? Stop with the Will Brooks thing. Everyone brings up Will Brooks. Come on. Many moons ago. That's crazy. Will Brooks is a bum. Yes, I'm with you. But come on. I think the moment's going to be too big. I really believe that the moment is going to be too big for Charles Oliveira. When has Charles Oliveira fought 5-round championship fight? His eyes going to be all wide. Michael Chandler's he's going to come in there. He's going to come in there sweet, smooth. It's going to be fine. Michael Chandler's been there, done that. Charles Oliveira is going to be like, I have a feeling Charles Oliveira is going to be a deer in headlights. Deer in headlights. This is my mystical prediction. I'm going to go with it. Michael Chandler's going to knock out Charles Oliveira. That's it. You guys have, right? Ellie, what do you think? See, she agrees. She nodded. Yeah, Michael Chandler by a knockout. I think that Chandler is just going to smoothly, he's been in the octagon already, right? He got it off his chest. Went in there, smokes a hooker. He's going to come in against Oliveira. He's going to knock him out. He's going to knock him the fuck out. Charles Oliveira is going to go in there. He's going to be all big Brazilian eyes like this. He's going to be looking like Anderson Silva. Even though Anderson Silva has big eyes, or he just has big eyes. That's what I'm saying. Listen, main event Moss in full effect. Saturday night, Michael Chandler for the upset. That's what we're going here with. If you want to go with the favorite, that's fine. People like the favorite. People are fancy green. But here we go. Michael Chandler is going to show everyone why he is the champion.
Okay. Yeah, hold on, I'm going to read the
there
chat.
She is.
Yeah.
Here, read the chat with Ellie. Ellie, you going to help us out? Look, she's looking at the chat. She's looking at you guys.
I'm about Chandler to curse him with my sad pics. Kim Ryder says, look, Ellie.
That's you. That's you. Get him, Ellie. Wow. Joe B. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Look at that, Joe, putting in the Unleash the Ellie donation. $16. There she is in the chat. Ellie, what do you think about that? She's not faced. Thank you, Joe. Wow. Thank you for the $16 donation.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Even baby Ellie is tuning Mystic Mouth off. She knows what's up. Gonna buy her a tiny Lesnar shirt.
Oh, come on. No one wants that. We gotta buy her a big dick sword for her chest. Come on, Kainoto. She would never wear that. That's crazy. She's gonna be in Connor gear. She's gonna be in Connor Venom gear with the lines going up her ass like those weird Venom shorts. That's right, right, Ellie? That's right. See, she's like, yeah, Connor. As soon as I said Connor's name, watch. Hey, come on, Ellie, flex for Connor. Come on, Ellie, let's go. Flex, Ellie. Yeah. Ole, 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 ole.
Yes, sir.
Good job. Taught her well. Bless you. All right. Anyway. Okay, let's get to the news. Let's get back into the news.
Okay, hold on.
Yes. Babies and MMA.
All right, Beneil Dariush is ready to get bloody if that's what it takes to beat Tony Ferguson, but still doesn't expect a win to earn him a title shot. So a little salty over here. According to Damon Martin of MMA Fighting, after building a 6-fight win streak in arguably the UFC's toughest division, Beneil Dariush just wanted a chance to prove himself by facing a top-ranked opponent. He'll finally get that opportunity on Saturday night when facing Tony Ferguson, and after waiting for so long to earn a fight like this, the last thing Dariush wants to do is squander it. That's why he's enjoying the moment and preparing himself to go up against one of the most savage lightweights in the history of the sport rather than letting anything else distract him.
All right, Dariush Ferguson, who we got? I'll throw your picks in the chat. Who's going to get the win in the co-main event? A very telling fight, a testy fight. Testy? I don't know. Anyway, this fight is so good, man. So good. I really want Tony Ferguson to bounce back. I'm not going to lie, man. I want El Kukui. I need him to bounce back over here. You can't let Beneil get the job done. You can't. You got Kukui. Come on. Don't leave us hanging.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The Brooks fight is as relevant as Conor versus Poirier 1. Happened the same year way back in 2014. Chandler may just hoe everyone in round 1 TBH, even Gaethje may sleep. Khabib versus Chandler would be Khabib's toughest matchup on paper.
Whoa.
We always say it, Toe.
Probably never know though, right?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's be honest, Dan Hooker is a borderline can. He is a punching bag for the top 5 guys.
I'm with you.
Edson took his soul to just like Chandler did. Charles about to put Chandler in a standing guillotine and then it's gonna be a wrap. He ain't Tony. Chandler will tap.
Now let me just say this, guys. I'm just gonna say this. Michael Chandler, how do you guillotine a bulldog? Like how do you find the neck of a fucking bulldog over here? This guy, he don't have a neck. You're not gonna choke this man out. This guy is solid steel. He's stone. He's made of stone, Michael Chandler. He's not grabbing his neck. That's a guarantee. That's a lock. I know Oliveira he can submit you anyway. Not happening on Chandler. I'm telling you right now. If he tries to grab that neck, Chandler's gonna dump him right on his fucking back and beat the living shit out of him. I'm telling you right now. No way. Impossibility. Lock it up right there. No way in hell is Michael Chandler getting submitted. I'm just saying that right now. Now, can Chandler lose? Yes. But he's not getting submitted. That's not happening. American Steel. American Steel. Now, I know a lot of people in the chat are like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Anyone could lose and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Chandler could lose. He's not getting submitted. Chandler will win. Oliveira has those skinny, bony arms. Now, Chandler is going to pop dirty after the W or lose by submit. He's not losing by a sub. I know Oliveira can do it. He's not losing by a sub. Armbar, you know, you have a better chance of that, I guess. GIF is up of you and Ellie. All right, let me check it out. Yeah, I was going to say, if you could screenshot me and her flexing. That was a moment. She's going to be so proud of that moment. All right, I'm going to go check it out right now. I kind of like this, guys. I like this. Listen, my back's against the wall right now. I need Chandler to win. I need the underdog to get the job done. But I'm telling you this. Tune in Saturday night. Tune in Saturday night, because if Michael Chandler gets the job done, you're going to see a reaction for the ages. I lost my shit the last time Chandler won. Went crazy. Now it's against a can hooker. Kainoto. Hold on. This is actually pretty funny. Oh, shit. Looks like we got a new donation. That's fucking funny, man. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking hilarious, man. Kainoto's the best. He's the best. That was quick, man. All right. If you can, on the MMA-Holes.com, Kainoto put a Baby Ellie thread. Dude, that's fucking money. That's so great. If you guys have any like gifs or pictures or snapshots from the show, whatever, throw it on the Baby Ellie thread over there on the MMA-Holes.com. That's great, man. That's so great. Yeah, we'll use that for something for sure. Hell yeah. All he needs is an Olay. Johnny Walker versus Thiago. Yeah, Jonathan, we were speaking about that before. I don't know if Jessie has a story about it, but we can get back into that again. That is a banger. That is a banger. Love that fight. Very much so. If Chandler beats Khabib, he would go adopt a baby from Pakistan. You say, come on, man. You're saying because he has an adopted kid already? Really, dude? Really? He just everyone he beats, he adopts someone from. Okay, Walker gonna get slept. I have to think. I think I'm gonna pick Santos. I just feel that Santos is gonna throw Walker on his back and just pummel him. I think, but I don't know. Santos didn't look good in his last fight, so who knows? I know you're high on Chandler winning, but how do you see Oliveira winning? Okay, so Oliveira, let's look at that. It's a good question because he can. There's like I know I'm riding Chandler hard. There's a reason why Oliveira is the favorite.
Wonderful, wonderful.
My guy calling Hooker a bum? But Hooker beat the guy that smashed Oliveira into the canvas like it was nothing. If you calling Hooker a bum, then WTF is Felder. He beat the shit out of your boy Charlie Olives him too, and he isn't even known for grappling.
Hooker is not... Listen. Hooker is... He is what he is. You know, like, Hooker is never going to be a champ. Hooker's just like those guys that every once in a while looks great and then looks like trash. Like, so... And by the way, Hooker lost... He lost to Felder. Right? Hooker lost to Felder. Did he say that Hooker... Hold on. Hooker a bum, then what the fuck is Felder? He beat the shit out of your boy Charles Oliveira. Okay. So Hooker, like, you guys are... You can't hang your hat on that fight with Hooker and Felder. Like, Hooker legit lost that fight. You know? So... He got a little lucky on that one. Yeah, I know you're saying Hooker beat Felder, but do you really think Hooker beat Felder? Do you remember the fight? Hooker didn't beat Felder. No, he didn't. I'm telling you. They got even Hooker looked like shocked when he heard the judges talk about that shit. That was not. Come on. We all know. Stop it. Listen, and I have nothing against Dan Hooker. I think Dan he seems like a really cool dude. He's a funny guy. The Charlie Olives line was great. But come on. We all know Felder won that fight. I mean, that was nuts. But it's all right. Listen, you go to a decision, it's close, you know, it's going to happen, you know, things happen, shit happens, but I can't hang my hat on that fight. All right. Anyway, how does Oliveira beat Michael Chandler? This question is actually better for Jessie. Like, what way can he do it? The only thing I could think of right off the bat is maybe his size does play a part. Maybe he can Tony Ferguson him where he doesn't get to submit him, but he He pounds on him. He fucking dominates him in position majority of the fight. Uses that size. I think he can clip him with an uppercut. I think you have a better shot. Let me just say this. I think you have a better shot of Oliveira knocking out Chandler than submitting him. That's what I'm going to say, because I could see Chandler trying to maybe getting tired later on, trying to shoot for a takedown, and Oliveira clipping him with an uppercut. I know people are throwing submissions out there, and yes, Oliveira can do it. He submitted a lot of guys, but I feel like that's not going to happen. I really do. I don't think that's the case. I think an uppercut, maybe he cracks him with a knee or some shit. Oliveira can throw. I think that's and Chandler's he's been finished, right? So that's what I'm going to go with. What do you think, Jess?
I'm going to say Oliveira submits him.
Well, hold on. Good.
I'm going to say Oliveira submits him.
So you going with Oliveira by the sub?
Yes.
Which way would you say? You saying like guillotine or some shit,
well,
or
I
armbar?
don't know what submission. I'm just saying I think he's going to submit him.
You know, armbar is interesting. That is interesting. Let's see. Let's look at Michael Chandler's resume here, okay? Let's look at his resume. Let's scroll through here. When we look at his losses, how did he lose, right? Like I said, this Pitbull fight, I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts, but I saw Chandler was getting back. He was getting up. But regardless of the fact, Pitbull gets the knockout. We have the doctor stoppage with Primus, and that thing was crazy, man. Weird thing with his leg, and you wanted to keep good and going. There was a knockout here with the Brooks fight. Some split decisions. There's no submissions.
Wonderful.
There's no evidence of Chandler getting. He's not going to get submitted, man.
That wasn't directed to you, Moss. It was directed to the guy all over Oliveira's nuts who thinks he is just some nightmare for Chandler on the ground.
Oh, okay.
But Felder, who is a striker, smashed him into the canvas in 2 rounds and in his gut like it's nothing.
All right, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. Thank you, Crazy HD. Appreciate that. Well, listen, sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. Yeah, donations are tricky. They're tricky. Sometimes I hear the wrong thing. Thank you, Crazy HD, and everyone that donated tonight. All wonderful, wonderful people.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, I mean, listen, anything can happen, right? Any given Sunday, or in UFC's case, any given Saturday. Anything can happen. Yes, anything's possible. He could get submitted, but we don't have the evidence. So for me to just go out there and say, yeah, submission, it's just tough for me to do.
Wonderful.
The flexing gif is proof that Ellie has inherited the macho Italian genes. Spicy meatball, forget about it, lasagna, tortellini, beta, bapupi, parmesan cheese, Olive Garden will be her first word for sure.
Yeah, the Italian side's popping out, huh? Look at Ellie go. Jessie didn't get to see this. This is hysterical, man. I want to make this, man, this is so funny. Oh, that shit is funny as fuck, man. I don't know how the hell Kainoto pumped that out so quick. Very impressive. I wonder if there's a way to is there a way to get this clear? I don't know how GIFs work. I think it lowers the resolution, but that'd be awesome. This is badass, man. Kainoto, you're a G, man. That's awesome. It's like moments like this that I'm always going to look back on and be like, that was fun. That was fun. Little Ellie. There's a little Ellie flexing with the mystical. I fucking love it. Anyway, if you're just jumping in, friends, we're talking about the possibilities here. And yes, I am I'm on Chandler. I've been riding Chandler from the beginning of the show to the end, but I'm getting more confident as the show progresses. Because I got to be honest with you, a lot of these shows are very professional on the YouTubes and all over the place. They all sit there, they study tape, they do this, they do that. I go by just memory, and I'm so fucking spontaneous because I like to talk to you guys. I like to develop my opinion as you guys are developing your opinions, right? And as the show progresses, Wednesday night shows are 2 hours long. And as the show progresses, I come to a conclusion as we're going on here. I am more and more confident that Chandler is going to win this fight by a knockout as the show progresses. So that's what I'm going to go with here. Is it guaranteed lock? I don't know, man, because Oliveira has a really good shot. The one thing that I am confident about as well here is, I'm going to say this once again, I do not see Oliveira submitting Chandler. I do see that Oliveira can win, possibly a TKO. Or maybe just dominate him in the positioning. I could see that as well. So it's not impossible. I'm not saying, hey, man, you guys are crazy if you're going to put money on Oliveira. It's not an impossibility. I'm just saying my heart is with Chandler, and as time passes, I'm more and more confident that Chandler's going to get the dub. So that's where I stand right now in this fight. But I love the back and forth. I love it, and that's what makes for a good fight here. the back and forth, the Oliveira peeps, the Chandler peeps, the questions on both sides of the equation, it makes for a very good main event. Really good stuff here. And that's what's exciting about this card. Is it with the biggest, flashiest names? No, it's not. But you do have, G's and Jacare Souza. You got this Burgos-Barboza fight that's really good. I don't know. Yes, I'm skipping the Chukagian. Maybe we'll get pleasantly surprised with Araujo versus Chukagian. Ferguson, come on. We're all on board with Tony, right? I mean, listen, not saying just all on board with picking Tony, but when Tony fights, we're interested. And Dariush is a fucking stud. So good here. The Angela Lee, talking about chick fights, this is good. Antonina Shevchenko shocked me. She gets the job done on Lipski, and not only does she get it done, she finishes her. And I was completely shocked. She loses to Chukagian, and Chukagian knows how to win these decisions, so I'm not surprised there. I had the Lucy win over there, and this one, Roxy, shocked me. Well, it didn't shock me. I thought she was a can, to be honest.
Wonderful.
But Antonina looked good in her last fight.
Still kinda pissed that Chandler is getting a title shot after one win. Gauthier should have gotten it. Oliveira by flying front kick. Yes, the one he threw against Tony 23 times.
Okay, that... Not impossible. Not impossible. Thank you, Colby, for the donation. That is definitely not impossible. All right. So, yeah, getting back to this fight over here, I got to say, for the chick fights, I'm interested. I'm very interested because who knows? Maybe Antonina kind of pulled it together. Maybe she pulled it together, and maybe she's not the can that I thought she was. When she fought Roxy, I wasn't shocked. So let's see what happens here. Andrea Lee on a 3-fight skid. She needs a win. This is a back against the wall type of fight here for Andrea Lee. I like it. I really do. Jamie Pickett versus Jordan Wright. If you don't know who Jordan Wright is, this guy had a lot of hype, and I jumped on that train. I really liked Jordan Wright a lot, and he got exposed. Let's be honest. Joaquin Buckley gets the job done. Another hype train kid comes in there and smokes him. Jordan Wright's a nut job. And I'm always interested in watching this guy fight. Now you got Jamie Pickett coming off a loss. Inchikui, the decision loss 4 months ago, looking to bounce back. 2 fighters, hungry for a dub. Love it. Another chick fight where you can go to the bathroom. This one over here. The GOAT Mazzani. Yeah, I know they're both coming off wins. Fuck, I honestly. Maybe we'll get shocked. Maybe I'll get surprised, but this doesn't do anything for me. I'm not going to lie. Aguilar versus Lutz. Guy's on a 3-fight skid. Dude needs to win. Dan Ige, Tukarov, and Charles Rosa. All decent guys. This guy coming in off the Contender Series. Yo, we got another one. We got another one coming in over here, boys. Murillo! Now he's been a member for 2 months. Congratulations. Murillo, you've been upgraded, friend. You have been upgraded. Welcome to upgrading your belt. Thank you very much. So yeah, a guy coming in from the Contender Series. We'll see how this thing goes down. And we're starting off with Soriano versus Giagos. So it progresses the card.
Wonderful.
Colby Johnson.
Also, I think Olive's laid out the blueprint to beat Tony. Aggressive takedowns with strong top pressure. Obviously not everyone is as skilled as Charles and can do that, but I felt Dariush will do the same thing and maybe get a submission.
Not impossible. Yeah, Dariush got some subs, right? Not impossible. So what are we doing here? Co-main event. Is that where we're going? Where are we going, boys? Are we going to the Dariush? Are we going? I mean, the dude's on. He's got a plethora of wins in a row. We all love the winning streaks. But Tony Ferguson's so questionable here. I don't know how you would put money on this fight. I don't know. There's so many questions that need to be answered on Saturday. So good luck to the people that are betting. Good luck. I want Tony, but I have Dariush's crazy ginger. I might be leaning that way. I think I might pick Tony, though, because I'm... listen. I like Tony, man. I do. I don't hate on Tony. I like the guy. He's a little nutty. A little CT action going on here, but yeah. Off topic, but how do you believe a fight between Khabib and Usman would have went, says Liam. All right, well, I actually have spoken about this before. Maybe I'm the wrong person, but I'm an Usman guy. I've been an Usman guy. I wasn't a fan in The Ultimate Fighter, but I believed in him being a champion. Now I'm a fan. I think Usman's turning around, and now I'm a fan of Usman. Usman smeshes Khabib. And that's why Khabib didn't go up. That's my personal opinion here. Jessie would probably have the opposite. She would go the other way. But I'm being honest with you, like, putting everything aside,
Thank you.
I do think Usman would kill him. Incognito coming in with the membership. Yeah, baby. Incognito. Welcome, buddy. Incognito. And now you are a white belt. 128. Thank you, Incognito. By the way, I want to say this. Incognito, I've seen you in this chat many of times. I appreciate the membership. I've seen you troll. I've seen you not troll. I've seen you just have some fun. So thank you. Appreciate your company, man. So look at that. We got a new belt in action here. 128 members. That is absolutely wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I got Usman. Khabib beats Usman all day, says Brandon. I don't see how. What does Khabib have, right? Khabib has a fantastic jab. Well, you know who else has a fantastic jab? Usman. And he's throwing more power into that thing. I know Khabib has an iron chin. You know who else has an iron chin? Kamaru Usman. It's almost similar here. But here's the difference. Usman is a better striker right now. Like, at this stage of the game, Khabib has the jab. Like, that jab was great. Khabib's jab was insane. And, of course, we all know what he can do when he drags you down. But Kamaru Usman is a bigger, stronger person with a fantastic jab. So, there's pretty... Oh, I think my mom's behind in the stream. My mom's a little... Told my mom to hit live. And that's what I'm saying here. Like, if we look at the two... And the fight's never going to happen. So, it's kind of... You know, no one's right. But I feel that Usman is a better striker. He's got the jab. He can maul you on the ground. I just think he's too big. I know. I see Khabib wrestled a bear. I mean, Jesus. Come on. We all know Usman would win. And we all know Khabib says, oh, we're friends. We're not going to fight. But come on. Even Usman said when we spoke about fighting Izzy, Usman doesn't want to fight him because they're friends. But Usman also said, Izzy's a big fucking guy. Izzy's a big dude. Usman don't want the Izzy smoke because he's a big dude. Although I think it would be competitive. But Usman's realistic of the fact that, you know, Izzy's very good. And he's a big guy. He might be too big for a Kamaru. Khabib wrestled DC. Okay. So Khabib wrestled DC. Did he win? Or you're just watching like certain gym footage? I mean, you know who did good against Usman in the gym? Gilbert Burns. He did pretty good against Usman training. Training is way different than the octagon. I mean, honestly, I think there's no shot that Khabib beats Usman. It's kind of a slap in the face to Kamaru. When you have that skill set, when you have that wrestling, right? And you also have the size, and now you're becoming a pretty damn good striker. Like, I don't see how the hell Khabib beats him. I really don't. Yes, unblemished. But you know who else is unblemished in the UFC? Kamaru Usman. So I don't know. We can debate this until we're blue in the face, but I don't even think there's much of a debate. I really don't. I think Jessie would agree with the Khabib side of things. But why are we talking about that right now? We got a big ass card over here. We got UFC 262. I'm gonna look at some of these other stories over here as Jessie got me flexing with Ellie. Thank you, Kainoto, once again for that. But let's go back into the news here. I want to see what other stories we got here because I know we're getting towards the end part of the show. Baby's a little restless, so we got to give him a little break. Liam says, "What's your dream fight?" I personally don't. I'd love to see Usman versus Whitaker. Well, that's a good one. That is a good fight, Usman versus Whitaker. I think if Usman moves up and he doesn't compete against a guy like Israel Adesanya, I think he could be competitive. Who you got in the rematch, Colby or Usman? I got Usman. Listen, I think Usman is going to be better in the rematch like he was with Masvidal. And he finished Colby. That fight was very close, let's be honest. Colby put up a war. But I would go Usman more convincing in the second. Please watch the press conference tomorrow. What time is it at? We got to see. We got to see what's going on. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know how good it's going to be. So, I don't know. Like, Tony Ferguson's going to be rambling some nonsense if he's there, if they're having the co-main. I'm assuming he did. I didn't see him do media. So I guess Tony's going to be there. Michael Chandler and Charles Oliveira not speaking English. Like, how good is that going to be? I see, didn't Rumble get arrested? Yes. And that's what we'll jump into. So Bellator fighter Rumble Johnson, identity theft charges for Rumble, was caught using someone else's credit card or something and got arrested. He's released, and now he's got to go to court for something. I do not know what in the holy hell is going on. He had a fantastic... Well, he didn't think he had a good performance in Bellator, but I thought he looked great. Listen, he got clipped a couple of times, and he didn't want to get punched. But coming back and showing us some vintage Rumble, getting the finish, I loved seeing it. And I kind of like that Rumble was hard on himself after that fight. But the Rumble has been in trouble before, like domestic abuse, and he got off with that. And I mean, I don't know what the real deal was. I think with that situation, it seems like he grabbed a girl just to calm her down or some shit. So I don't think he was in the wrong with that. I don't know. But with this situation over here, then he's back in trouble. Like a bizarre story. He used it for a plane ticket. Is that what it was? Rumble Johnson using it for a plane ticket. That is so odd. So what do you mean to tell me, like Bellator, they're not flipping the bill for these guys to fly around? Especially a guy like Rumble Johnson? How does that even work? Did Bellator give him the fake card? Did Rumble take it on the chin for Bellator there? Like, what the fuck? Rumble ain't the brightest tool in the shed. I'm kind of with you, Frumptious. He doesn't seem like he's the smartest guy, but goddamn is he fun to watch fight. Oh, they're saying it happened in 2019? So Drunk says it happened in 2019. Well, that's weird. So if that happened in 2019 and they just caught him now, like what in the holy hell? How does that work? I hope that's the case with everyone that does fraud, that they can go back and find these fucking people, because Jesus Christ, man. It's like the most annoying thing in the world. And then you got to go to your credit card company. You got to change everything. You're changing all the numbers. And you got to change them on all your accounts. It's so fucking annoying.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Here comes DVSV.
I don't know why people are mad at Usman for calling out Canelo Alvarez. Kamaru is the greatest knockout artist in the game and could easily knock out Canelo in boxing, which would earn him the right to fight Jake Paul.
What? What is going on? By the way, Canelo Alvarez, something special, huh? Thank you, DVSV. Fury getting a KO third fight. Who do you think wins in Fury Joshua? It looks like that fight's happening. I don't know if there's any boxing fans. I'm not the biggest boxing fan, but I will probably react to that fight. Fury versus Joshua, who wins? Bellator does not fly their fighters out. Well, apparently, from what they're saying, this is 2019. So this is. It sounds like this is when he was on his little break, his little marijuana break. Yeah, Rumble. Whoever said that before, was it Frumptious? Whoever said that Rumble doesn't seem like the sharpest tool, he doesn't, man. I don't know. Maybe he's just high all the time. Maybe that's what it is.
The Rumble incident happened in 2019, but it's just now being brought to media. BC, he has to go back to court.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just arrested. I'm like, what the fuck? All right, so that's the case. All right, let's roll through to the next story here. How about this? Dana White sets the timeline for Ngannou versus Lewis 2, teases Jon Jones versus Stipe. But here's the thing. They're saying that Jon Jones doesn't want to fight Stipe Miocic. In the following story here, Jon Jones says in deleted tweet that he does not want to fight Stipe Miocic. Okay, so now what's going on here, Johnny? You're not fighting Ngannou, because Ngannou's going to fight Derek Lewis in the sequel. A lot of people aren't too thrilled about this because of how the first one went down. So then they go to throw you Stipe Miocic, but Stipe Miocic is online, and let's look at his Instagram. And he's bulking up. Miocic is trying to put on some pounds over here. Right? And says, Stipe at 250, you say? Funny you should mention. It's bulking season, son. Woke up feeling like I'm about to become everyone's worst nightmare. Now, you want me to read this as Stipe? Who are your picks tonight? So here's Stipe Miocic with his swooped back dad hair. Looking old, by the way. Stipe, man. What's going on here? You're looking... I don't know. This is what happens with kids, man. They just make us all look old. Just blame the kids. But, yeah, he's bulking up here. And then... Jon Jones is in a weird position here. And I got to say this, if he keeps turning down fights and overpricing himself on these fights, it's kind of making us all kind of turn our back on the guy. It sucks. Should he just like kind of slim down and go back to light heavy? Stop this bulking shit and go back down over there? What are we doing? It seems like he doesn't really want to fight Ngannou. I get it. Or he wants to get super paid for it. And you deserve to get paid when you're fighting Francis Ngannou. You're the greatest of all time. But still, he's making it unrealistic. And I feel he's going to start losing a bunch of fans. And does Jon Jones even fight again? These are the questions that we got to... These are the things that make us scratch our heads about. You know? Like, what's going on here with Johnny Bones? Look at John's Instagram. I do want to see him come back, but geez, what's going on? And here he is. This is his last post. And he's hitting the pads. He's looking big. So him going back down to light heavy seems like that's not happening. It seems like he is going to fight heavyweight. So where is he going to fight? Is he going to hope like Derek Lewis gets the win and fights Derek Lewis? Is that what's going to happen? Doesn't look like he wants that smoke with Stipe. He does look thick, though. So what the fuck do we do with Jon Jones here? Do we even care about Jon Jones? Are we losing the love for the bones? What do you say in the chat? By the way, we're looking for 200 likes, boys and girls. Hit the like button. We are at 144. I believe in the people. On a Wednesday night, hit the like button. If you love babies, hit the like button. If you're looking forward to UFC 262. Lewis Jones would be a great matchup for Jones. Exactly. I think he's kind of sitting pretty here. I think he's like, okay, they're going to make fucking Lewis versus Ngannou 2. Hopefully Derek gets the win, and I'll fight Derek. It does seem like because Derek lost to Stipe. To DC. I beat DC. So maybe that's what Bones is doing here. Let me keep bulking up, keep getting ready, and wait. I think he would fight Stipe, but he wants to fight Stipe for a belt. If you fight Stipe not for a belt, and you lose to Stipe, well, you're kind of fucked. He's starting to annoy me, honestly. He says, King of the Dead. I kind of get it. Jones can only benefit by waiting. Jones is a crackhead. Lewis has more of a following than Jon Jones right now. Everything bulking up, but them calves. Yeah, I feel his pain, man. Yeah, it's kind of wild. I feel it. I got Bones' legs. Same thing. Only at least he's got some muscle up top. John lost to Dominic. Never doubt Stipe, but Jones is good. He wants to fight Stipe, but only for a belt? Nah, I'm with you on that. I think that's the case, too. So it looks like they said earlier in the chat, I'm with him. Looks like Jones is just going to wait because it doesn't make sense, right? You want to get a big... If you take a loss, that just damages everything. And if you're going to take the loss, you have to take it for a lot of money. You got to take that risky fight for a lot of money. Belt on the line, the whole deal. So it looks like he's going to wait. I mean, really fucking good fighter. And there's Dana White. JJ is the GOAT. Stop hating, says West Coast. I think he's the best on the roster right now. Yes, I'm with you. I think Jon Jones is the GOAT. I can't really debate it, but it is kind of weird, man. Outpricing yourself for the Ngannou fight. The UFC moves on. You know, and it's like you wait. Eventually, everyone just kind of passes you by. And you wonder, is he going to fight? What's happening here? Stipe stands a good chance of beating Jones, so he won't face Stipe for no belt. Exactly, crazy. Stipe is a very dangerous fight. And I think John doesn't mind fighting Stipe, but a belt has to be on the line. Jon Jones is, I lost you. I cheated most of his career on steroids. Is a structure of the bone in the leg, long legs, more muscle, but looks less. Jones is GOAT. Jones on coke, Jones not on coke. So Jones on coke is greater than Jones not on coke. Jones wants to be 280 pounds. So maybe that's what it is. He wants to be very comfortable at this weight. Keep on bulking up, keep on training, and be ready when the money presents itself and the right fight presents itself. Jones can't be the GOAT if no one remembers him in 10 years. Well, I do feel that a lot of fans are going to start falling off on Jon Jones. The more his name is in the news and the more the fights kind of fall through and shit, and he does have a checkered past, you know, it's going to be a problem. If Khabib was still in the UFC and still winning, I think a lot of people would just completely turn their back, you know? But right now, Jones still, to me, is the GOAT. And that's what I'm going to go with. Now, Jessie popping back in here. Welcome back to Jessie.
Sorry, guys.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What do you think here? This is actually an interesting story with Jon Jones.
Yeah.
He is, looks like he's turning down Stipe, right? And
Yes.
What does he do? What's going on here? What's the deal with Jon Jones?
Well, did you see what he had said?
What did he say?
The deleted tweet. So he said, "Don't get excited, people. I'm not fighting Stipe." That was the original one. He said, "I'm not here to fight Stipe, but I will defend my belt against him, no problem. I'm looking for the biggest draw, and I'm willing to wait. 33 years old and better athlete, or 33 years old. I'm the better athlete right now than I've ever been before. I'm just going to keep training my ass off. I'm sick of hearing the same shit. You're not a big enough star. You don't bring enough pay-per-view. I'm ready to fight fights that will bring in the pay-per-view. The world wants to see me black on black crime right now, and I'm ready to give it to them."
And he deleted this?
Yeah, that was deleted. And then he added a little later, and this tweet was from last year. He said, "Do I make 5+ per fight? Yes. Should I stick to that number for my super fights? No. If you don't agree with me, you just don't know business. I certainly didn't ask for 30. Never even threw out a number."
Okay. So it's like he said, she said bullshit. Like Fred Durst over here with the mitts.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Man, we got to get him. He's got to fight. I get why he's waiting though. He doesn't need to fight, right? He's got money. He's fine.
It's weird though that he doesn't want the Stipe fight.
Well, why would you take it with no belt on the line? If he loses, like we were saying before, if he loses the Stipe fight.
Well, it's not like he's really entitled to the belt. I mean, he just moved into the heavyweight division.
He is.
There's a lot of other people who are entitled to that belt, including Derek Lewis. You know, like you can't just be like, oh, well, he can turn down any fight at heavyweight just because he's not getting a belt. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, I disagree. I think he is entitled to a belt. I think when you're Jon Jones and you've done what you've done with his career, you know, like, yeah.
I'm not saying
why take a risky fight?
I'm not saying he wouldn't be deserving if offered a championship fight. I'm saying it's not like he's entitled to where jumping into the heavyweight division, he immediately deserves that title opportunity. Like, if the UFC wanted to throw him another heavyweight fight maybe before that title opportunity, he should take it.
All right. Okay. We differ in opinion over here. Here's bulked up Jon Jones with a bunch of frumpy muscular guys. This looks like, why has this not become a meme? Like, I feel like this could be a homosexual meme. No? Don't you think, Jessie? Right?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know why. I just feel like this could be very memed. Anyway, so Jon Jones bulking up, and we'll see. Let me know in the chat what you think of Jon Bones Jones. What else do we have in the news?
Anderson Silva says he thinks MMA is done for him, Moss. Your guy.
Well, he's boxing, though, right? Isn't that the deal?
Yeah, ahead of his boxing fight. According to Adam Wells of Bleacher Report, Anderson Silva's historic mixed martial arts career appears over. In an interview with ESPN's ARIEL HELWANI, Silva said he thinks MMA is done for him.
We all know this. Yeah, I mean, Jesus. He's like...
What do you mean we all know this?
It's like Captain Obvious.
There's a lot of people after his last UFC fight who said that he wasn't done. And he was being given offers from other organizations in MMA.
The Spider Silva. One of the guys. Anderson the Spider Silva. This guy over here is a legend to me. This guy over here is one of the reasons why I watch this sport. This guy's a beast. Like, he was the best. When he was mowing through these guys, his back and forth with Chael Sonnen, that whole fun shtick was great. Mm-hmm. The winning streak, he seemed like he was immortal, unbeatable. But it's over. You know, it's all over right now. We know he's thinking about boxing and whatever. I never thought he was going to fight MMA again. I never had that in my mind.
Yeah. Some people did.
No. So that's it? That's
it.
All right.
All right. I just get back and you just shut down the
Get
first
out of here,
article.
Anderson. Get the fuck out of here.
Dana White says on a possible Nick Diaz comeback that he just doesn't see that in him. He doesn't see Nick Diaz coming back at all.
Yeah.
According to Mike Cherry of the Bleacher Report, UFC President Dana White has doubts about Nick Diaz making a return to the UFC. While speaking to ESPN's Brett Okamoto, White said, "I sit down daily or talk daily. Hungry young savages that want to break into the top 10, become world champions, all that stuff. Nick Diaz has done it all, seen it all. He's been in big fights. I just don't see that in him when I talk to him." The 37-year-old Diaz, who fought 4 times for UFC after previously holding the Strikeforce welterweight title, has not competed in the octagon since UFC 183 back in 2015. There has been a great deal of speculation regarding Diaz making his UFC return in 2021 due to comments made by his manager, Kevin Mubenga, in December. At the time, Mubenga said there was a 99.999% chance of Diaz fighting for the UFC in 2021, which would end in a 6-year hiatus. In his 4 fights with UFC, Diaz went just 1-2 with 1 no contest. He beat BJ Penn by unanimous decision in his debut before falling to Carlos Condit and GSP at UFC 143 and UFC 158, respectively.
You know, he's starting to get on my nerves, too. I want to see Nick Diaz come back for some weird-ass novelty fight. Fight Jorge Masvidal. Let's go. You know, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Give me the Jorge fight. Stop digging us around, dude. Like, let's go. I feel that they could put that together. So, Nick Diaz, if you're not going to fight, no more. No more. But yeah, would I like to see him fight Jorge? Yeah, that's the one. That's the fancy one. All right, so is that it?
One more, Moss. Dana White on Kayla Harrison says, "I don't know if she's ready for the UFC." Do you see Kayla Harrison coming to the UFC, Moss?
No, and I don't see it on the website. All right, just give me
it's
the
at the
story.
very bottom. The picture didn't show up.
That's all right. I'll put this up over here like this.
Dang it. Come on. All right, I got to hurry up because the baby is fussing
again. All right, Kayla Harrison, who's all over the place right now.
All right, according to MMA Fighting, 2-time Olympic gold medalist Kayla Harrison smashed her way to a 9-0 record last week as she demolished yet another opponent in PFL. Over the past few years, Nunes had laid waste to every contender she's faced at both bantamweight and featherweight, while arguably attaining the title as the greatest women's featherweight in the history of the sport. And they're talking about Nunes versus Harrison. Now, Dana White doesn't really see that happening. He says, "I don't know if she's ready. I mean, when she feels like she's ready, I'm looking for the best possible people to come in and fight. If you don't think that we've offered her to come over, I just don't know. If you don't think that we've offered her to come over, I just don't know if her people think she's ready yet. It's a whole other level when you get here."
Listen, Dana White, you've been wrong a lot lately. First is freaking Ben Askren bullshit. You know, yeah, everything he's starting to predict is wrong. And this is wrong too. Kayla Harrison's ready.
Yes.
If this big bitch can make 145, this is a fight that has to happen against Amanda Nunes. Dana White is trolling right now. He's trolling right now because Kayla Harrison's kind of chilling in the PFL. I don't know. I guess after this year is up, I guess Kayla Harrison's a free agent. He's not going to say anything nice about her until she is a free agent. And then when she is a free agent and she's ready to shop around, Dana White will 100% scoop her up if she can make 145. There's not a doubt in my mind that he'll scoop her up. He is full of shit. I do not buy this. He knows. He knows that fucking Kayla Harrison is definitely the real deal. This is an Olympian here. Come on, Dana. No one buys this shit. She's not ready? Yeah, she's ready. Oh, she's ready. If she can make 145, yes, she's a fascinating matchup. A big, burly, Woody Harrelson-looking bitch. Let me know what you think in the chat. Harrison is a much better version of Rousey. She's just a much bigger version, right? And yeah, I guess, those medals don't lie. What are your predictions for Thompson Burns? That is so tough, man. I'll say Wonder Boy outstrikes him and gets the dub decision. Let's see. She's defo legit. She's boring, not worth signing. Kayla is the best. Cyborg is the only fight for Nunes. Let's see. Jairo Martinez. I lost you. And even the casuals I know care more about Stipe versus Jones. Stipe is heavyweight GOAT, and Jon Jones is light heavyweight GOAT. Light heavyweight GOAT versus GOAT, that would sell 1 million pay-per-views. Stipe is not a big draw, though. Stipe lost the belt. So pay-per-view buys and stuff like that. And Jon Jones, for some reason, doesn't really bring in all the pay-per-view numbers as well. So I would have to think Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones would be a bigger pay-per-view. I would have to think that would be bigger. Money-wise, at least. But yeah, I know when you're talking GOAT versus GOAT, yeah, that's more interesting to the hardcore MMA fan. Nobody can touch Nunes. She's completed the game. She's just doing side missions now. If Kayla gets it to the ground, it's over. Kayla is a man. I'm an OG fan with casual opinions with Aljo. Those OnlyFans chicks get a contract, but not Harrison. Jon Jones just wants the money. 100%. He is scared. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Kayla Harrison, who, listen, Amanda Nunes does have more experience, but Kayla Harrison's so big. And she's an Olympian. That size dragging down Amanda Nunes. I know Amanda Nunes is a strong girl that can grapple herself. I think Kayla might be too big for her. And Kayla is handsome. I'm with you, Maggle. She's a handsome lady. All right. That is the last story of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to watch the UFC pay-per-view, make sure you use our link pinned in the live chat. UFC 262. Buy it right now. Use our link and help us out and be wonderful, wonderful. If you can't afford that, it's all good. Just hang with us on Saturday night. We're reacting to the entire card as usual here on the MMA-Holes. We'll be hanging.
Hanging with the boys.
The boys. UFC 262, Chandler versus Oliveira. Fantastic matchup over here. With 159 likes, we need your help. We're looking to get to 200 likes tonight on the MMA-Holes. We're about to wind down the show. But ladies and gentlemen, let's do a like spike. We're looking for 200. Can we make dreams come true? At the end of the show, we're looking to get to 200 likes and hang.
Hanging with the boys.
Let's go, people. If you hit the like button, hit me with the wonderful, wonderful in the chat. We want 200 tonight. Wonderful, wonderfuls if you like the stream. Uncle Mike H saying hit the fucking like button. 160, 170 with the likes. We're getting there, friends. We got to do it right now. Like the stream, 200 likes. Burst us into the algorithm. Look at all the WWs in the chat.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You guys are wonderful, wonderful. Here we go. Thank you, Mike Biggs. Thank you, Double Champ. Let's go, people. Christopher Smith, thank you. KC Jones, thank you. Crazy Ginger, thank you very much. Phil Star, thank you. Mike Biggs, Boo-Bo, thank you. Joe B, Barathian, Max, thank you. Courtney, thank you. Pacific Loon, thank you very much. Irregardless says smash the like button. Got some carnage in the chat over here. Trippin' Hippie with the wonderful, wonderful. Joe Martinez is wonderful, wonderful. 174 likes. Let's go, people. 177. Can we hit 200? Can we hit 200 people?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, boys and girls. If you watch this on a replay, hit the like button. Thank you to everyone that joined us tonight on the show. Links in the description to all our sponsors. Headrush, Ballsy, MysticRootsCBD.com. Promo code MMAHOLES. MysticRootsCBD.com. Lux Bidet. We have a link in the description to that as well. JBM brings back the baby.
Yeah.
She couldn't resist, huh?
She's not going to sleep.
She's not. Yeah, she's too fired up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez.
Well.
Look at that. Would you just look at the baby? You want the baby to end the show?
Sure.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on a second here. Okay, ready for this? We're going to do something really quick here. That's Jessie and the baby, okay?
Yeah.
That's baby Ellie. Okay, I'm going to do something really quick. That's Ellie over there. Hold a second. Give me 1 second. Hang in there. Okay, hang in.
Yeah. Take your time, Moss.
Hold on.
She's getting comfortable.
Hold on. Okay.
Okay. Go for it.
Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button. And thanks for hanging with us. I had a great time tonight. And let me tell you something. Jessie's tits taste delicious.
That's disturbing.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-hole.